Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 386.
Sexiest, possibly the most festive podcast on the network.
You certainly were earlier. I don't know about now, but you were for sure earlier.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking all, dude, you like my robe? I didn't realize I still had this on.
I know, you prefer to podcast nude.
Like a classy gentleman over here.
Right?
All robed up.
The ascot's a nice touch.
What?
Yeah.
I wish. Be so cool.
Dude,
Christmas ascot.
You still got that fucking cough, huh?
It's like almost going away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just when I make a lot of noise with my face.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Sounds pretty awesome.
I mean, yeah, like gone are the days when I'd wake up and I'd just like hock an oyster in the toilet. Thank God that's over with.
Yeah, those are fun.
That was the worst.
Yeah, those days sucked for sure.
Yeah.
But
I'm better now.
As a sinus sufferer, I have a lot of those days, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
It's pretty
and
terrible.
there you go. Although I think it's going to be short-lived because my lovely daughter is sick again.
Ah, jeez.
She's hacking
Dude,
and sniffling. I'm like, God damn it, stay away from me.
I've been telling you for years, you guys got that little house out behind your place. Somebody gets sick, quarantine their ass.
I know. Or maybe I'll just live out there.
Yeah, I mean, that would work too, either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it a man cave because I hate that term, but
Me
you know
too.
what I'm saying?
I could just,
Fortress of solitude.
dude, I so pictured you out there with like a coal or a wood burning stove,
Oh, fuck yeah.
making,
you know that.
making food over your fire pit.
Goddamn right.
Even though you have the smoker and grill, you're just like, nah, I'm going to do it the way nature intended.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Out there keeping warm with the power of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, wood.
And
burning that shit.
And some random.
Scotch.
I was going to say, in some random animal pelt that no one knows where you got.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the neighbor's missing their cat.
Yeah. That's a really odd, the neighborhood is missing their cats.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I've never seen a calico quilt before.
Like, really?
Huh. They don't say.
Yeah. Oh, you can get them on my Etsy store.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, my. Yeah, I don't think that would go over real well with a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't think if their animals start disappearing and I open up a sweet-ass Etsy store.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that'd work at all.
Right.
I mean, but, you don't know till you try.
Yeah, I mean, there is
That's all
that.
I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
It's a good point.
Good point.
Man. So yeah, we're recording this mere hours before Christmas Eve.
No, I don't really have any like Christmassy sound drops either.
No. That's all right.
Yeah, I don't know what do we do here?
Yeah, we're pretty unfestive. We're pretty terrible. That's all right.
I mean, like when someone just goes, "Oh, Merry Christmas," be like,
Oh, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
maybe that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all right.
Oh man, I had one of those moments the other day. I was in the grocery store and one of the baggers there, finished bagging the person in front of me's stuff and hands it to him and says, there you go, happy holidays, and the woman like turns to him and is like, Merry Christmas.
Oh God, why do you have to be a dick about it?
Yeah, and it's like, look, I'm not. Honestly, no matter what anyone says to me like that, I'm like, cool, thanks. If someone said Happy Kwanzaa to me, I'd be like, back at you. Like, I don't care. Because I know it's a person coming from a good place. They're not trying. But I understand at the same time. It's like, if you're Jewish, why would you tell someone Merry Christmas? That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Like, and if someone is Jewish, why would you make them say Merry Christmas? That doesn't,
sure.
It's just an asshole move. So,
You should have just yelled out, "Hail Satan."
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah.
Should have just sent her to him is what I should have done.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Axe kick to the back of the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Goody.
Yeah, it would have been better for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Send her cartwheeling to a Christmas display.
Yep. That'd be perfect. Yeah.
I'm sorry, a holiday display. Take that, bitch.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I don't know about that.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah. What's funny, though, is like the same day while I was at the store, I was waiting on, this is how much of a bonehead I am. So Thursday I was supposed to give myself my next testosterone shot, so I go over to where I have this stuff and start grabbing. I'm like, oh man, I forgot to get one of the syringes I need. So, we're at the store and I go to the pharmacy and, hey, I need this. They're like, cool. You'll have to wait. So I'm like, I'm going to go over to Starbucks and get a tasty, refreshing beverage,
Yes.
So, I go over there and, I'm looking at the refreshers and they have like the berry hibiscus, the strawberry acai, and, one that just says pink drink.
You just said pink drink.
Yeah.
Please tell me ordered a pink drink.
Yeah, I did. And now what I didn't know is apparently this is not just like, this isn't a new thing. Like Starbucks has had a variety of different colored drinks over time. So they've had purple and I forgot what other colors, but.
Purple drink?
Yeah.
Sick.
I don't think it was Scissorp though. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
No, I'm not.
You have to go over to the pharmacy to get that. You see, you buy each part.
Yeah, they have Starbucks put together for you.
Right. You just walk over with your Starbucks cup and you're like,
yo, throw this in your Vitamix.
Can you top me off with some codeine? They're like, no. And then they, try to get you arrested. Anyway, so I get that. So, and it looks like strawberry milk is what it looked like.
Oh, okay, right on.
Not as much in the consistency as much as just the color, but, and it had pieces of strawberry in it. So I was like, whatever. Now, I didn't think about that this is one of my weird allergies. I don't really have much of an allergy to like strawberries, but I do to fake strawberry. So anything that's got a strawberry flavor, if it's not like natural flavors or whatever, sometimes I'll break out in hives a little bit.
Right.
So I'm like, shit, I didn't even think about that because pink, strawberries tend to be, in that family when, with drink wise. So anyway, but like a champion, I just start drinking it and
because you're a champ.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is good. It's no lime refresher good, but it was good. It wasn't quite as refreshing, but
yeah.
But luckily the best part was it wasn't like punch me in the face sweet like that last one I got. So anyway, I go to the pharmacy, pick up my shit, go home, only to realize that I also needed the testosterone.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm like, son of a bitch. So I went back later and got that. But when I got home, I was...
more pink drink?
No. When I got home, I was like, I'm going to look up, see what's in that because I'm curious, what it is. And it turns out that it's, their strawberry acai, refresher with coconut milk. Now, what was interesting to me, and for those who don't know, I can't stand coconut. Like, usually, even if I smell coconut, I'm like, well, But this didn't have...
It was all disguised and shit?
Yeah, it didn't have, like, I didn't even pick up, like, coconut in it. I just was... I honestly, what I guessed it was, like, soy milk or, or, like, almond milk or something. That's what I figured it was. Because it didn't taste like dairy, And, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, well, for future reference, if I go, I'll probably, even though it was, actually for that, I probably won't, but I was going to say I might just be like, hey, can I get that with almond milk instead or something, but whatever.
I need that pink drink.
Bang.
With some titty milk. Like, what?
And I only drinks.
Sorry.
I only drinks the finest breast milks.
It's the finest of breast milks. Which is yours, sugar pie.
Well, we'll see.
Hot coffee goes arcing into your face.
I just wipe it off and I'm like, and?
Yeah, exactly. Come back like Dark Man. Hey, man, remember me?
Yeah. I was like on Family Guy the one time, a woman like pepper sprays Quagmire and he's just standing there like, is this supposed to do something?
That's hilarious.
Because clearly he's been pepper sprayed so much.
Like 8 million times.
Yeah. So, yeah, I felt really dumb by the end of that day.
Yeah, hey, these things happen, Brian.
Yeah.
When you're distracted by such things as pink drink.
Mm-hmm. I was quite distracted. Yeah. Between that and the beef stew that I made this week, with some dirty bastard.
Nice. Well, ODB.
Yeah.
We'll get to him later.
What's funny is the recipe called, it's called Guinness beef stew. And I had somebody ask me for the recipe and I was like, well, I'm going to call this one the dirty bastard beef stew because it was made with dirty bastard.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. It's still really good. I actually think I prefer it with the Scotch ale to the Guinness.
Well, you are a Scotch ale enthusiast.
True. I will say this though. For some reason, the Guinness stew seems to be a little thicker than the Scotch ale stew.
Interesting.
So I'm guessing there's probably more water in Scotch ale.
Yeah, maybe.
Something to that effect. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's just some binding agent in there that I'm missing or something. I don't know.
The magical, Irish leprechaun spells and shit that he put in cans.
Yes.
So I can only imagine it is.
Yeah. Leprechaun leavings.
100% pure leprechaun.
Oh man. So yeah, that's been fun, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
I was going to use my Instant Pot to make the stew, but I had to call a couple audibles at the last minute because I went to get our carrots out of the refrigerator and there was just all this mold on the bottom of them. So I was like, well, I mean, I'm not saying there is. I'm just...
That's called an immune system booster.
Yeah. Who's going to notice? It's in a stew anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why is it a little tangy?
Yeah.
Like, nah, you're fine.
You're fine.
Just keep eating.
Yeah.
You just wait for everyone else to eat, and then you're like, okay, it's my turn.
Yeah. Yours is in a separate...
Good, guys.
Mine's in a separate pot. Oh, man.
Not suspect at all.
Right. Well, it sucked because and I was like, man, I really like carrots in stew, and I was like, well, I know we have some canned carrots and it's not ideal, but
it is what it is.
So I threw them in, like I cooked the stew and then put the carrots in at the very end because otherwise they'd be mush,
Yeah. No one needs that in their life.
No. And honestly, once they were mixed in with it, it was like, that's kind of the consistency that the carrots are in a stew anyways, they're soft and whatever. So not mushy, right. But soft, So I was like, that works, I guess.
Yeah, whatever, as long as it turned out.
Yeah, it did. There was something else I put in. I can't remember. There was some other reason where I'm like, oh wow, I'm glad I didn't use the Instant Pot because to add something to it, you've got to vent it, then open it and put that in. Then it's got to build that pressure back up, so you really add a bunch of time when you do that.
Yeah. It does take a while to build up that pressure.
Right. So it's like with this, like I said, if I had everything, I would have gone ahead and done it in it. But because like I said, I had to make that audible and there was something else. I can't remember what it was now. There was something else I had to switch up a little bit. So.
Yeah, that's all what cooking is, those fucking audibles at the line, dude.
Yep. Well, and like I mentioned before, it's like I had the time to cook it. So it really wasn't a huge deal other than you're just smelling it for 3 hours,
That's way better than one of those little Sensies with a wax cube dropped in it.
True enough. Yeah, because the first step in the thing is crisp up some bacon. I mean,
nice.
Then you take that out and you leave all the goodness in the pan. You throw in your cubed meat and cook it with the bacon stuff. So now you got meat and bacon in the air. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point you add the delicious beer and then that's in there, so it's, so at some point though, I'm like, man, I need to have some of this because it's killing me.
I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah. So yeah, but it always turns out good. I didn't realize how stupid simple it is to make. Like, it's funny how there's foods like that, like mashed potatoes. The first time I made mashed potatoes, I was like, why do people avoid making these so much? This is so easy.
Yeah, right.
That's
always my favorite. Some of the simplest dishes are just the best.
Yeah. Dude, and you can even cheat with mashed potatoes to an extent. You could microwave the potatoes. Like, cut them into chunks, microwave them to get them, like, pre-softened, and basically just go from there,
Right.
They're not quite as good, but, whatever.
But still.
Yeah. So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a thing though.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was what I remember when me and Jen, at one point when we looked at our grocery bill and we were like, we are spending way too much on like frozen crap, box stuff, and we were like, and I'm like, I can make this shit, So ever since then, if it's something there are still some things that are just a pain in the ass and I just don't bother with, or I'll do it once in a while, But, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, dude.
Like, I hate making cheese sauces because you have to temper the cheese and you have to keep stirring it. And, it's just a pain in the ass. It's way better tasting than out of a jar or something, though.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I do so much at work now with beer cheese. Yeah. It's like, whisk, like 40 minutes of whisking.
Right. That's what I'll do. I'll just, just show up at your work and be like, yo, throw me some of that cheese in a bowl.
Hit me up with some of that beer cheese, son.
Oh, man. Dude, I could go for some beer cheese right now.
Right.
And a nice pretzel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice.
I had a couple earlier because it was, Christmas and stuff.
Sure,
and my mom's, but I wasn't wanting, I wanted something like a Dirty Bastard would have been perfect, but all she really rocks for me is All Day IPA. I was like, this is not a Christmas beer now.
No, it's really not. Yeah. Oh, really quick. While I was at the Starbucks, they have juniper coffee of some sort right now, right? And this woman orders it. Yeah, and the guy with her, when they hand it to her, and he's like, "Can I try that?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." Dude, you could tell it no more than hit his mouth, and he was like, he's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "How can you drink this?" And she's like, "Oh, I like the floral notes." And he's like, "I feel like I just sucked down a Christmas tree."
That's hilarious.
Yeah. The two women working at Starbucks are just cracking up. Oh man. I was like, yep.
That'll learn you, sir.
Yeah.
That'll learn you.
He was apprehensive to begin with because, most people have no idea what juniper adds flavor wise,
Right.
And I think he was one of those people. And
yeah, he's just like, that's a good word. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Then he was like, oh my God, this is no good.
Oh, geez. Pine Sol explosion.
Right.
All up in my grill.
It was funny. I did get a weird look from the one woman when I ordered the whatever. I'm just like the tallest pink drink. Cause I just refuse to use their terms. So I'm always just like,
I think you should order a big dumb pink drink.
Oh, you're right. I should have. Damn it. So yeah, but I was like, give me the biggest pink drink you have.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh man. I really wish they would bring back the lime one though. I missed that.
Have you just tried to ask for it? Be like, hey, can I get a cool lime refresher? And
yeah.
See what happens?
They don't even have the there's like, I don't know if it's a syrup or whatever it is they pump a little into or whatever. It's like, they don't even keep that stuff anymore.
What a bunch of turds.
Yep. And they don't even sell the powdered ones anymore. Like
they just phased that out completely.
Yeah, completely. Huh? Like I can find it on Amazon if I want to spend too much money on it.
Oh, geez. Yeah, fuck that.
I'm not going to. Well, what I honestly did was I just looked and was like, there has to be a way to make this at home because, you know.
That's true.
No, it may not be exact because the caffeine in it comes from, what is it, like a green coffee or something like that? Or it's something weird. So it's like that I probably can't mimic, but I don't care if it has the caffeine in it. I really don't.
Yeah, you're just there for flavor country.
Yeah, I just want to be refreshed, damn it.
Yeah, with cool limes.
Yeah. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Not at all.
Jeez.
Like they juice limes that only wear sunglasses.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, so how's your week been?
It's been an alright week,
Yeah.
The secret is this microphone apparently makes me tired.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, it's been alright, getting ready for Christmas. I just finished wrapping all my, all the rest of the shit today, and
yeah, I got to do that tonight.
I got my sick ass thermostat.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which is actually weird because I got it in the middle of the week, and let me tell you, so easy to install. Like 15 minutes and it was in.
Oh, nice.
Rocking. It was so easy to install. But I got an email like 2 days ago from my power company. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I opened it up. I was like, it was just like, hey, check your mailbox. Your thermostat's on the way. I'm like, what? So I clicked the tracking number, and sure enough, it was like, delivered Wednesday.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, that's funny.
But because I'd have to get up and pump the heat up, and sometimes I forget to turn it down when I leave.
Sure.
And dude, digging it.
Yeah.
Love the fact that I have a schedule set up. If the kids aren't going to be home, I could put it in eco mode and I could start warming the house up when I'm leaving somewhere.
Yeah, that's so
fucking
awesome.
sick.
That is so awesome. Yeah.
It is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because really it's like, you don't need the house at whatever you keep it at when you're in there. You can drop it way down and, as long as it's not going to like freeze pipes or something,
yeah, exactly.
But you could drop it down to 60 whatever and keep it nice and cool in there. And they're like, oh, I'm on my way home. Bump it up, Yeah,
it's brilliant. And it has a thing, which I did not turn on because I'm like, they don't need this, where it can like track you.
Yeah.
And if you start getting close to your house, it'll turn your heat up if you wanted to. I'm like,
yeah, we
don't need that.
I'm surprised they don't make it mandatory just to get, information like, well, we gave you this at a good price, so here's this part of your soul you have to give up.
But I mean, it's, big fan of the old Nest. It's pretty cool. It hasn't done enough. It has been installed enough to actually start learning like the cycles and stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, just the fact that I can do stuff like that is brilliant.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Like, today I have a different schedule for the weekends than I do for the weekdays, and we're up at my mom's, and I worked this morning. So I just, as soon as I knew the kids were in the house, cooled it off, and then when we left mom's, turned it back on. House was warm when we got home.
Nice.
Fucking brilliant, bro.
Nice.
Yeah. Big fan.
Yeah. I would appreciate that, especially the other way even, like with like an air conditioner. I could see where that would be so nice, because, then you could leave it low or off while you're gone, basically, and then, we're heading home, turn it on.
Even like, you're on vacation and you walk in the house, it's like, oh God, it's so stuffy in here.
Yeah.
It'd be so nice to be like, all right, let's get, kick on the air and get, cleared out a little bit.
Yeah. So the next thing you need to do is get some like smart windows. That way you can, when it's just nice outside, you don't want the air on though, do that, kick the windows open so it'll be nice and breezy when you get home.
It wouldn't surprise me if they have something along those lines.
There's got to be something like that. Yeah.
I don't know what it would be.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I'm sure it's horribly expensive because windows are already expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got that going. Like I said, I was at my mom's for Christmas today and busted out my Christmas suit finally.
Oh, I know. That's why I said festive as fuck, son.
Bro.
That's a great suit.
I walked in, people were like, what the? And I'm like, what?
Did anyone ask if you're their Christmas gift?
No, they should have.
Well, I guess it's family, so maybe not.
Yeah. Well, basically, the suit looks like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's got the branches, it's got like popcorn garland on it and ornaments all over it.
Right.
Not like, obviously not real ones, all printed on, but
yeah, right.
My major hang up with it is it's 100% polyester.
Ooh.
It's a little warm.
A little warm, I bet, yeah.
A little warm. But
also very, very flammable.
Red bow tie. I mean,
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oh man.
It's funny because I kept having people going like, where did you get this? And I'd be like, I got it from, this website, Shinesty. Shout out Shinesty.
Right.
And then I threw my phone in my inside jacket pocket, and it hit. I'm like, what is in my pocket? I thought it was a tag or something that I let, was like I might have left. Reached in, there's like 15 business cards for Shinesty in there. And it just says like, people are going to ask. Tell them to buy you a taco and give them this card.
Oh my God, that is so smart.
Like, if they put in this promo card, they might get this amount off.
That is funny. That is so smart.
I was like, wow, that is marketing right there.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind if we ever sell suit jackets.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Or hoodies even.
I know. Well, actually, because I sent out Christmas cards this year, and I had a stack of like beer stickers set aside for our pal Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, I'm going to put salty language stickers in all of them. I have no idea where they are. I can't find them.
Oh, really?
Isn't that weird?
That is weird. I still have a ton you gave me.
I mean, I'm sure there's a box around here somewhere. I just could not find them. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Kind of annoyed me.
You didn't like take a plane trip and just, wing them out of airplanes.
Propaganda flyer.
Yeah.
No, I should have.
Ticker tape parade is just all salty language stickers.
Right.
Perfect.
But yeah, like I was supposed to work a full day today. I just, nope. I walked in 8:00 and the person I was working with, I'm like, hey, I got bad news for you. I got a family thing that, came up. I'm leaving at noon. They're like, oh, okay. It's all right though, dude. I like worked my dick off and cranked out so much food this morning.
Yeah.
Like I left them in a great spot. So
yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's basically what I would have done too. Bust my ass for the time I am there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like busted shit out, and I'm like, hey, you got like 3 things left. I'll see ya.
Like, oh.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I'm like, and hopefully they're not that busy, so you don't
Yeah.
get screwed. Here's my phone number just in case, though. They
Right.
never called me.
Like, I'm not going to answer it, but here's my phone number for peace of mind for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure, it's not the right number.
Yeah. Hi, you've reached Tony's phone. If this is working, go fuck yourself.
Losers.
I'm probably hammered right now.
Oh man. Oh, but yeah, it was a nice little family day up there, you know.
Nice.
Saw one of my cousins I haven't seen in a while. Came in from Dakota. You know, their new baby.
Oh yeah.
You know, ate way too much food.
Sure.
That's what my mom does.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Although, dude, I could sit down and eat ham, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and gravy at least once a month and be happy.
Oh, see, that's not the number. I thought you were going to say like once a week, once a day.
Dude, I could do it every day,
Yeah.
but I shouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah, but that's like my favorite meal. Just that holiday meal with all the goodness, like all piled onto your, goddamn plate like
Right.
an animal.
Yeah. My favorite thing is like, we were doing, the last episode of the Crazy Life we did was kind of, talking about, holiday eating and mental health or whatever. And, one of the tips on this thing we were reading was like, use smaller plates. And it's like, dude, use smaller plates. I'm just going to stack that shit to the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to look like a deep dish pizza.
Yeah. It's going to look like I'm at a Korean, or at a, what do you call it? A Mongolian grill or whatever.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Put all, balance everything on there.
Yeah. It's basically going to look like a Dagwood sandwich.
Yes.
But on a plate. Or, well, they're on a plate. They're in a bowl, I guess. But, yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably the same way. Like, I go up there and I go hard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fuck around.
Right. Plus,
So
I have pockets. I mean, I'll push it in my pockets. I don't care.
There you go.
Mashed potatoes, doesn't matter. Yeah. I tuck those in the front of my pants. I like how they keep everything warm.
Nice. Nice. A little extra gaminess.
Yeah, sure. Oh, these onion rolls.
They are now.
Yep.
But I try to go hard so I don't go back.
Yeah, that's kind of
So
what
if
I
go
do
back,
too.
I'm going to fill another plate.
That's actually, I overfilled the first plate a little bit. Like, if it'd be like 1.25 servings instead of 2, or 1.5 instead of 2. Yeah. I'm the same way.
So, I mean, it's like a tactical maneuver, honestly.
Right. Plus, if it's on one plate, it's just one plate,
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I was just happy, honestly, that normally there's just, there's like pumpkin pie and a cheesecake and brownies and all. There was just like 2 different types of cookies and some weird pumpkin cake someone made that I looked at and I'm like, suspect.
The kind of cake where the person who made it's going around to everybody going, "Did you have some of my cake?"
Basically, right?
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's like, it hasn't even been cut yet. You fucking liar.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah. Oh, it'll go right to my hips.
Yeah, boy. So, I just had a cookie, but I literally overdid it on like meats, whatever.
You'll do that.
It's the holiday season, goddammit.
I mean, it's no secret that you like meats.
It's true.
Yeah. It's pretty
I did
well
have people
documented.
asking me if I was going to dress up as a New Year baby since I was dressed up as a Christmas tree today.
I hope the answer was no.
I went, of course I am.
Yeah, I know. I've lived through enough New Year's with you.
Duh and duh.
Like, Tony, why are you dressed as a New Year's baby? Like, who? You got a cigar in your hand, just wearing a diaper.
Exactly. Yep. Diaper just full of shit.
Yeah. Oh,
ridiculous, oversized baby pin or whatever else. Like a safety pin.
Safety pin, yeah.
No, baby pin. That's the pin you use to stab the baby with.
Baby pin.
That's how you check if the baby's done.
Right. Oh, dude. That ain't right.
Oh, man. Also, this week, I've officially joined PlayStation Nation. Is that a thing, PlayStation Nation? Because I just feel like it should be.
I'm sure something has named it that over the years, you know? Like, it feels like a kids group from when we were children.
Yeah, for sure, right?
You know, hey kids, join the PlayStation Nation, but get your parents' permission first.
That you are 100. Yeah, that sounds exactly right. Like, Ma, I want to join PlayStation Nation. Thanks, I made cheat codes.
And stickers.
Yeah, stickers.
Yeah, stickers.
They send me stickers I can put on my controller. That'll look really cool for a week, and then they'll get all gummy and peel off.
Oh, dude.
Remember
Seriously.
that shit?
Yeah. Well, it's one thing I hate about the PlayStation controllers, the new ones. They've got like a sticker underneath them that's basically got like a serial number or whatever on it. And the like top coating over time starts like moving. So
it's annoying.
Yeah, I just need to peel the damn thing off of there and just like take some Goo Gone over it or something to just be done with it.
I'm actually a little weirded out by the new controllers.
Yeah.
Because they got speakers in them, and that threw me off.
It's pretty weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I was playing Call of Duty, and my controller started beeping. I'm like, why is my controller beeping? What's happening? It was a little weird.
Duh, you cooked it. Like, oh, what's going up?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's pretty cool to be back in the saddle.
Yeah. Have you had to use the little touch dealie on it yet?
I did, just to like scroll around like the letter grid or whatever, and it's too sensitive.
Yeah, that's what I found too.
I haven't used it in any games besides like I've noticed some games you click it and like a menu will open up. Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's some where you have to interact with it in some way, but I think it was one of those things that on the surface, it was like, this is a cool idea, but I think as time's gone on, I think most developers have been like,
not feeling it.
Yeah. Like, let's not do that.
But the one thing I am a little disappointed by is all of the goddamn updates.
Yeah. Although,
I got this mug home.
In fairness,
up,
the Xbox One has a shit ton of updates too. So that's
fair enough.
Yeah.
I just know I got home and I was like, all right. This is something I've been thinking about doing for like months,
years even.
And I've hooked it up and I got it like, a long time ago. I set up a PlayStation ID for my, my gamer tag from Xbox because I want to have the same tag.
Right.
So I was like, I reset the password because I couldn't remember what it was and signed up again.
I had to do
that.
the same thing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which damn dirty ape. Look me up if y'all want a game. Although it's not spelled that way, but you'll figure it out.
They won't.
They won't. It's all right. Maybe I'll put it in the notes, or maybe Brian will put it in the notes. Oh yeah, I do the website. Maybe I'll put it in the notes.
Yeah, I was like, or just message one of us.
Up, Brian.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I fired it up, and I understand system updates. I'm like, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, hey, this came with Call of Duty. Let's shoot some kids in the face, or probably get shot in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And I throw it in, and it's like updating and blah blah blah. 8 hours. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have like the highest level internet ever. And it's something that bothers me because
I have like awesome internet speeds.
Oh, okay. Well, wow.
There's just so much shit to download.
Well, you know what? I should have known because like for me, that would be like 2 days.
Fair enough.
Like
maybe
I shit
it was
you
4
not.
hours. To be fair, maybe it was 4.
Okay.
But either way, it was enough that I'm like, I'm clearly not playing this tonight.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when I put GTA in, oh my God, it took so long for the updates.
Right.
Which is the downside to getting the game after all this time. If you get a brand new game, usually there's 1 or 2 quick updates. Sometimes there's a big one, but a lot of them are fairly quick, But when you have to download like everything.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I was just kind of like, oh shit. So I kind of was like putzing around the PlayStation, just trying to figure out the home or whatever.
Yeah.
The hub.
Now, are you leaving yours connected all the time? Or no?
Nah, it depends on what I'm doing.
Okay, well, yeah, because like for downloading stuff and whatever, one thing I love about the new gen systems is you don't have to, like, on the Xbox 360, like if you put a game in and there's an update, it'll be like, oh, there's an update. It won't just tell you otherwise. You know, with the PS4 and the Xbox One, they both are like, oh, hey, there's a Call of Duty update, you know, and they just start downloading it or you know, depending on how you have it set, they can ask you or it'll just start downloading.
Nice.
I don't leave mine on all the time either, but if there's something I know that's going to be downloading, then I will, and I'll just turn the TV off and, you know.
Well, I mean, like, the reason I honestly, you know, I was going to pull the trigger after the first on it. Like, I had it all lined up at Amazon. I was like, this is just what I'm going to do. And I found a good price. But it was also because Leah was like, hey, there's this game. You know, she was watching all these YouTube videos of this game. I'm like, what are you watching? It's like, oh, it's this game. I really want to play it. And it was on sale for like $20 this week.
Ah, okay.
So I was like, it was so discounted. I'm like, well, I'm just going to buy the game. And then eventually she can play it. And then I saw the good prices on the systems. I'm like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's go. So I kind of want to, you know, let things settle down a little bit and then buy a new TV soon because my TV is just garbage, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know, dude.
yeah,
They're so thin now. You probably just go in, rip one out of the wall, and just run.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You got a shot.
Yeah. I'll take one in each hand so I can sacrifice one by throwing it at the guard.
There you go.
Blocking the door.
Smart.
Yeah. Or I can flap them like wings and fly to safety.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think you can fly.
No, not really.
Yeah, so you
Well,
might want to.
Brian, I can dream.
You might not want to count on that one.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been enjoying that. I downloaded Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Because I got so sick of Leah going, Fortnite dance. I'm like, I'm just going to download this damn game. So I'll be like, look, you can play it now. And then I played it today. I was like, it's not a bad game.
Yeah. I played it
it's a little wonky.
Yeah, when I first got my Xbox, they were kind of pushing it. Because that's when, what do you call it? Battleground was like the big game. But Fortnite was, you know, was there and it was free. So I was like, oh, I'll give this a go. You know, and I played a couple games of it. And I was like, it's not bad, you know.
That's why I downloaded it. It was free.
Yeah. So
they've got a game mode right now that I thought was pretty fun. It's, you know how it's like the thing where the circle closes, you know, in intervals, right? Same idea. But in this, it's not last man standing. You play for points, you know, teamed up. And you capture points. There's dance floors around. So as you get close, you hear like, and then you get like, it's all like crazy, like disco-y Christmas music playing. Yeah. And you just get on the floor and you just start dancing, and that's how you capture it. It's very silly.
That is very
pretty
silly.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a silly game.
Yeah.
It's a silly game.
It's a silly game. Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah, I just, you know, the reason those games don't appeal to me much is, in all the shooter games and stuff, I've never been great at like one-on-one kind of things because realistically, those tend to go to people who are good at sniping.
Right.
Because they're also generally decent at close-up. I'm terrible at sniping. I'm really good at close-range shit, but I'm terrible at sniping. So it's not much of an option for me, so it takes out a lot of strategies available to me.
Fair enough. Oh.
You know, I've got to get in there. I've got to come find you. I can't shoot you from across the field or something. So I just don't tend to do well in those type of games.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Dying.
Nah, you're all right.
But yeah, it's good. It's good. I got like all my shit from Target, you know.
Yeah.
And have you fucked around with their curbside stuff?
No, not yet.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Like I had everything ordered from the one in Toledo here. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to go super local. And they're like, cool, everything will be ready for you tomorrow. Because I did it at night. I was like, perfect. And then I got a message. Oh, it's like, hey, bro, actually that PlayStation you wanted, yeah, it's not available. But it is available at this other store, and it's up in Michigan. Mm-hmm. And I was going to happen to be up in that area for a job interview that same, like the next day.
Ah, convenient.
And I'm like, well, shit. All right. So I was like, all right, I'll pick that up there. Mm-hmm. The thing that sucked is I went to my job interview, and I went to the physical and the drug screening that I had to go through, which I'll touch on that in a little bit.
Okay.
And I was like, God damn it. So I guess I'm like, I'll just have to pick it up, whatever. And I was driving home and I got the alert that I was ready. It's like, so
of course.
So I turned around, picked it up, whatever.
Yeah.
But later that day, because I had it all set up to do online curbside, but when I switched stores, I had to go in and pick it up, whatever. That's fine. Bro, it's cool. You pull up the app and you're like, hey, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, and it just tells you when you get close to the store, pull up the app again.
Right.
It uses your GPS location. So I'm pulling in the parking lot, and I flip open the app, and I find where I'm supposed to park. And I was like, I'm going to give this, it's raining out. I'm like, I got some money in my wallet. I'm going to give this kid some cash.
Yeah.
So I flip on my light so I can grab my wallet, and all of a sudden there's a face next to me. I was like, Jesus. They're supposed to show them a barcode, and they scan it, and, and then you confirm it, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, here you go, dude. It's raining now. I'm sorry you had to run out here. And the kid's like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, but here you go. He's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, well, let me guess. You're not allowed to take tips, aren't you? He never answered me.
Huh.
But
now, see, at Kroger, we usually tip because, whatever. So, like the first time we asked and, the woman who was doing it's like, well, it's not necessary. And we're like, well, yeah, no shit. It's not necessary. It'd be a fee, not a tip. Yeah. So that's interesting though. I could see where stores would not want the employees to do that. But at the same time, it's like, really? Let them, whatever. Yeah.
It was cold and rainy and he's running out to hand me a bag of, basically trinkets and toys.
Yeah. You were too bothered to go in and get yourself.
That was exactly it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'm like, it's Christmas time. I want nothing to do with going in there.
Amen.
Yeah. But honestly, after how easy it was, it doesn't cost any extra for like small shopping trips to Target. Mm-hmm. I might do that every time now.
Wow. Doesn't cost anything, huh?
Doesn't cost anything.
Like I know, like at Kroger, the first 3 I think were free, and after that it's like $5, which is still easily worth it.
Yeah,
because I don't have to walk around the store and deal with assholes for however long. I can just we just pull up and it's just throw the shit in the car and leave.
Right. Yeah, like I wouldn't. My buddy Mike, he does all his shopping at Target. Everything.
Okay.
Food, everything.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
So I'm saying, so he doesn't eat produce?
Well, okay, I guess not everything.
Oh, okay.
But but I know he buys like not perishable food.
Oh, okay.
Like protein powders and snacks and shit, and
Yeah, all right.
But so if I'm something I know I'm going to be getting at Target, dude, I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
Why would I go wander around the dumb store if I don't have to?
Well, and especially with this Target over by us, because they've got a awful habit of only having one checkout open.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't know how many times I've put stuff back, or just set it down and walked out, because it's like, dude, this line is ridiculous. This is stupid. So, and the part that bothers me is it's like, initially, I don't love doing the curbside stuff because it's another step toward less workers at a place. It's bad enough I use the U-scan.
Yeah, I completely get too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I gotta think about me, bro.
Oh, I know. That's why I said it's a very tempting thing to do. Yeah. Well, it's similar to go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say it's similar to years ago when internet shopping started coming on, and at first people were like, now it's like, people are like, why would I go into the store? I can just get it delivered to my house.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have to fight a crowd. And it's the same thing, the same sale, screw it.
Well, that thought crossed my mind too. And there was like, well, I did find it cheaper at Target. That's why I went with Target.
Yeah.
But there's another part of me and I'm like, I'm getting a PlayStation delivered to my house. I kind of want to either be there or I just want to pick it up myself.
Yeah, that's understandable.
If it was a game and I was like, okay, well that I could return that and or go, hey, someone stole it and they'll probably refund me and whatever.
Right.
But a PlayStation I don't want to fuck with, really.
Well, something you can do is once you have the tracking info, you can call UPS and have them just hold it.
Right.
To where you go into the hub or whatever and pick it up. I know it's not as convenient, but it's just, that is an option too.
I haven't had any problems since the one time.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But because I put a note on my door now, I'm like, hey, bring everything to the back. And then in Amazon, you can add, like, bring it, deliver to the back door.
Yeah,
and
right.
But still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like, man, that's an expensive piece of
Now, I'm
equipment
with
I
you.
don't want.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable. Something I'm spending a lot of money on. I don't like the idea of it's just going to be willy-nilly dropped off,
Right. That's why I was kind of like, I'd rather get this for somewhere I can just go pick it up or something.
It really bothers me that you don't have to sign for something that's like over $100, basically,
Right.
Because I'm more than happy to do that. Like it may be an inconvenience, but I'm more than happy to figure it out,
Yes, for sure.
Rather than risk something just sitting there,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But you don't even have that option for most places. Like you can't opt, to force a signature or whatever. You just, and honestly, this was interesting. I didn't even know this. I was sending something through, I think it was FedEx, and I was like, oh, I'm going to, require a signature for this. And, it's basically, it says, require signature. And then the one right above it or below it said, require adult signature. I'm like,
really?
Like, seems like you should
That's interesting.
only be able to accept an adult signature anyway, but,
Hey there, Timmy, you want to sign for this, little fella?
Yeah, oh, sure.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting.
Yeah. So I was like, and it doesn't cost any more to pick adult signatures. So of course I picked that because
right.
For various reasons, one of which is I assume what I was sending was a Christmas gift, so you don't want the children's to, maybe get something and open it.
For it.
Mm-hmm. Strange though, but whatever.
Very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Well, that's cool. Welcome to, the PlayStation land.
I know, right?
Whatever. Yeah. From time to time, make sure you check out the PlayStation Store because they sometimes run really good prices on games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not the big hot games, you know what I mean? But maybe something that's a little bit older that you wanted to play or
I'm
arcade
just
stuff.
Loop. That could be anything now.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was saying to someone about movies. I was like, I could walk into, I know they're few and far, but I could walk into a video store and just be like, I haven't seen any of this.
Yeah.
I don't need to go get new releases. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Like at Family Video, I could go through that nearly new section and I probably haven't seen anything or very few things in it.
Right.
Unless they're still ass faces and put old movies back out on the new release shelf.
Well,
like, oh, it's Christmas. Let's put Die Hard back out.
Like, you dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because the shitheads who make that decision aren't the ones who have to stand there as people are like, why is this $4 or $3? This came out like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just...
I just work here.
Yeah, like I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I think right here's a phone number. Call that number.
Yeah, that's my mantra. I just work here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. What did I just kick?
Yeah, it's not important.
Hopefully not. Oh, boy. But yeah, so, I was up in Michigan because got the old, fresh job lined up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and depending, I don't honestly know if I'll be doing the brewery gig anymore. We'll see. We'll see how the hours treat me.
Mm-hmm.
But it all depends on if my background in drug tests come through, which I don't know why they wouldn't.
Because I have
to be questionable.
Because I have really good hacking skills, and I'm gonna make you look real bad. No.
Real bad. But yeah, it's good for a glass manufacturer up north of Monroe.
Nice.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, I showed up, fucking not Christmas suit, but like suited up, because job interview. I'm like, you dress to impress,
right?
Yeah, I don't care if this is basically factory work.
Right.
You dress to impress.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but I show up I got I've been interacting with the woman who works there, like texting back and forth. She's like, hey, do you have any more questions? I'm like, yeah. Just one. Am I gonna have to need steel toe boots and she never answers. I was like, well, fuck it. I put on my nice dress shoes, baller. Walk in there, and the security guard's like, hey, I'm like, hey, I'm here for a job. The guy's like, oh, okay, great. Just sign in here and get a badge. He's like, see that nook over there, that room? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I got to go over there and get some safety equipment. I went, oh, man. So they have these like rubber slip-ons. Mm-hmm. They have the steel, so I had to find a
really
that fit me.
That's interesting. Yeah. I didn't know. That's a cool idea.
But they didn't have my size.
So did you go small or big?
Well, I started big, and then I was walking out of them. I'm like, this okay. So I went too small, and I don't know how those things didn't go shooting across the room.
Right.
Because I was stretching them so hard to get them around my shoe.
Yeah. Right.
But then I got this like my nice suit on, and I got a bright orange and yellow high vis vest over it.
That's hot, yeah.
And then the dude who's interviewing me shows up just in like a flannel and jeans.
Right.
Everybody's like, "Oh, hey," I'm like, "Hey," But yeah, they were the two guys I talked to were like, you're the first person that's ever like that we've been interviewing for this position that came in professionally dressed.
Nice.
Other people coming in like sweatpants, jeans. And I told the guy, I was like, I didn't know, I wasn't 100% sure, but this is how you dress for an interview. And the guy's like, right.
Yeah. That's the thing is I'd always rather err that way than the other way.
Yeah.
Because if you walk in and you're in a suit like this, he'd probably be like, listen, buddy, you don't need a suit, kind of a thing. But if you walk in like t-shirt and shorts and, it is a place where you need to dress a little nicer, they're going to be like, really? You couldn't bother?
Yeah, exactly.
So
and like I thought about it, I was like, well, maybe I'll put on my like nice pair of jeans and like get up like my nice button up flannel that's not haggard yet and tuck it in and but I was like, nah, fuck that. We're going all out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, fucking pay's good, benefits are real good.
Nice.
Yeah,
what would you be doing?
Unfortunately, because it's a non-union shop, starting at the very bottom, like I did at the restaurant.
Well, whatever. I mean, it's
but they're like, well, we're non-union. Do you have a problem with that? I'm like, I've never worked for a union shop, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
The guy's like, well, and all our promotions are based on like your attendance and how good your work is. We don't promote based on tenure. I was like, oh, the attendance and work, that's like my bread and butter.
Yeah, so. I was going to say, I'm perfectly okay with that because to me, that's how it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
You show up for work and you bust your ass and you get rewarded for doing such things.
Exactly how it should be. And they're like, hey, it's a, it's a 90-day probation type thing. But after that, you can start putting your name in for jobs. I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I just got to, then they're like, yeah, the 90 days is basically like boot camp. I was like, all right, well, whatever.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, they're like, we figure if you'll deal with, it's just packing shit the first couple months or whatever.
Right.
Which doesn't look like a good time, but.
No, I'm sure it isn't. Yeah. Whatever, man. Yeah.
But, got to start making that loot again.
Yeah, I was going to say, it got bills. Yep.
Exactly. Got bills.
I hear
Give me the loot. Although the thing that sucks is I'm going to have to get a car, like some fuel efficient.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Because although to be fair, I did have to backtrack, but the drive there and then the drive to get my drug screen and all that, and then, backtrack and all that shit. It was like half a tank of gas.
Yeah. That's going to eat you up quick. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know gas is cheap right now, but no.
Yeah. Still. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Still. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At least cheap where we live.
Well, that's the thing too, is you don't know how long it'll be cheap. Exactly. The price could rocket back up at any time, and now you're like, welp.
Yeah. Although I don't officially, they offered me a position, but I'm, they got to wait for everything to go through. So I'm still doing the kitchen work, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But, I have a feeling once I leave, there's going to be a mutiny because the people in the basement, there's like one good guy down there besides me.
You're keeping the Morlocks in order.
It's kind of how it feels like, because he's already like, man, fuck this place.
Oh no.
He's like, I thought I was going to make it to March, but he's like, I think I'm just going to try to get some cash and just live in my van and go out west.
Okay, that's weird, but all right. Whatever works for you.
Young kid.
Yeah, that's why I said whatever works for you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Go west, young man.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So we'll see how that works out for me.
Well, cool. I'm glad. I hate to see you, potentially have to leave a place that you've enjoyed working, but
Yeah, it's one of those things. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And with this place, when I was talking to the guys and listening to what the place offers, I'm like, fuck. I wish this was one of those. I wish I would, like, when I got hired into Metzger's, I wish it would have been here.
Okay.
Because that was my big problem with my last job is I got, once I started driving and I was good at it, I could not get out of that position.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah. That's the way
hard.
That's why, like, when Jen was working at Owens Corning, she was in the customer service area, even though she was horribly overqualified for customer service. And she kept trying to get HR jobs and other jobs that she was, qualified for. And they just there was always some dumb little reason why this didn't go through or that didn't go through. And it was like, yeah, they just don't want you out of that department because you're good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're clearly not going to go in and throw the game,
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what I was running into.
Because it's just not into us to do that. Yeah.
Well, because they asked me, they're like, well, you were here for so long. Why'd you leave? And I'm like, I plateaued and they wouldn't move me anywhere. And
yeah, that's what I told them at Family Video when I left too.
Yeah.
Fucking lie, but I told them that. It kind of wasn't, the real reason why I left was because we were opening our shop, but the other side of it was also the whole, like, I've been busting my ass here for almost 4 years and I'm getting nothing for it.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm not going anywhere here. So
the well's dry.
Yeah. So peace out.
Yeah, for sure.
It's time. Yeah.
It is time.
It really was. Cause I was at that point that it was starting to affect my work,
Right.
Like I was just there and I was like, fucking, I'm just going to do what I have to do. And once I hit that point, it's not good. Cause that isn't me. I'm not a do a bare minimum kind of worker. So
that was my last couple months at my last place. I was just like, I'm just here to clock in and go home eventually. And if it doesn't go, I don't really give a shit.
Right. Yeah.
Which before I'd be like, yeah, I'll work overtime, make sure it happens.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. So well, good. Hopefully this will pan out.
Right.
Hopefully all those drugs you do all the time aren't going to catch up to you, but
dude, that whole thing was bullshit because I had to wait forever at this drug screen place.
Yeah.
First off, best dressed guy in the room.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because it was in an urgent care.
Oh my. Yeah.
But
hell, you probably could have taken off the shirt and jacket and still been the best dressed guy in the room.
Yeah, probably for sure. Based on the pants and shoes alone.
Yeah, exactly. And the socks. Because I'm sure you had fancy socks.
I did have some baller socks.
That's right. I know. Yeah. I know what's up.
Yeah, dude, it was the most thorough. Like I've had to go physicals for Department of Transportation and shit because if you're on the road you have to.
Mm-hmm.
This was so ridiculously thorough.
Mm-hmm.
Like
second Knuckle thorough or
not that thorough.
That's pretty thorough.
That would be super thorough. But it was like, the old height, weight, of course, whatever, the eye test. But then I got in this sound booth. Like, we're going to do a hearing test. I'm wearing these headphones.
Wow.
And it was the faintest beeping I've ever heard in my life.
I've had that.
Right?
Yep.
But the thing that pissed me off was the wall that the left side of sound booth was on the other side of that wall, somebody's printer, and you could fucking hear it. I'm staring at a screw trying to focus.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden I hear, it's like, really?
Well, they have a dot matrix?
Well, whatever printer,
okay.
printer noises.
For a man who has a house of the future.
I know, right? I was fucking pissed.
Yeah, I imagine, because that could alter your results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Like, I can barely hear this to begin with, and now I got this going on.
Yeah, exactly. My hearing is fucked.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much death metal's gone through these eardrums?
Not that much.
Right. But then so I, do that, and they're like, okay. And the whole time I'm there, because I'm smashing coffee all morning. I'm like, I have to piss so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, that drug screen's coming up. I'm just gonna overflow to cuppeth.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Hair test. Went what?
For the drugs, yeah, right.
The woman's like, so are we doing the beard? And I took my hat off. I'm like, yeah, I guess so, huh?
You should be like, unless you want to go digging.
Yeah, for sure. You know. But dude, they take a lot of hair.
Really?
Like, she took it all from like underneath, so
Yeah.
you can't really tell. Like down by the neckline, but it was a lot. Like she kept cutting. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I need a little more. And then she's got this little tinfoil thing full of all this beard hair. And she's trying to roll it up, and she's like, man, it was like a middle-aged black woman. She was hilarious. She's like, man, I should have learned how to roll joints. She's doing a drug test.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then she's like, okay, well, the doctor's going to be in to, to like check your everything, like all the physical part.
Yeah.
Here's your shorts you got put on. Like, what?
Huh?
So now I'm in like dress shirt, tie clip, looking like a king.
Sure.
And these big ass baggy like paper shorts that are blue.
Wow. Not even like scrub shorts, but just these
like
stupid paper
disposable
ones.
shorts.
All right. Well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
And, so Doc comes in, they're like, okay, reflex, heart, lungs. I got, trying to touch my toes, which I can't. Can you bend your back? Can you do this? Can you do squats?
No.
Can you walk on your heels? Can you walk on your toes?
Yeah. Dude, I had to do all that too.
Yeah, all this stuff. And, mind you, she's probably a little older than I am. Very attractive black woman. It was like, she walked in, I was like, hey, hello, nurse.
You got better service than me. I got some, mine was the doctor that did it. And he was, I don't know, probably some 65-year-old, guy.
Right.
Less exciting.
Yeah.
But and I didn't get paper shorts.
Yeah, I mean,
I had to do that shit in my drawers.
We're sick.
Yeah.
But then she's like, well, I need you to lay on the table. I'm like, all right. And she's like, well, I see you've had hernia surgery in the past. I'm like, I have. She's like, well, I got to get in your shorts a little bit. I was like,
oh my.
Oh, okay. There wasn't the grab the balls and cough. She
dude,
just upper abdomen, but just the fact she said, I got to get in your shorts.
Dude, you had the next line setting right there too. Be like, I had a vasectomy too. Do you need to check that out?
Oh, that would have been hilarious. You need to check the viscosity, or what are we doing here?
Because I'm ready.
I'm always ready.
Yeah.
Oh God, that is hilarious. I mean,
that was really low.
God damn it, Macho.
More seductive than sex.
I'm always convinced someone's in here fucking with my knobs.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, so it wasn't the old ball grab. It was just the, gonna press in your abdomen while you cough situation. But, still pretty goddamn close to ground zero.
So I'm guessing that the reason they did that is because you had a hernia?
Yeah, just to make sure. I mean, she asked me, she's like, everything fine? I'm like, yeah, I've been tip-top Magoo since I had it. But
yeah. Interesting. Yeah, because I've always had the old, turn your head and cough. So.
Yeah. But yeah, it was super. Yeah, and I was there fucking forever.
Dude, when I went the physical I had, I waited 4 hours in the waiting room.
Okay, you were there way longer then.
That was, like I said, that was before I even got to go in the back. Once I was back there, I had to wait another 45 minutes before the doctor came in.
Oh, God. Okay, yours is way worse.
And then, it's not a fast test, because like you said, it's bend over, get on your knees, stand back up, do this, cough, spit, whatever,
Yeah, exactly, right.
and the whole time, the funny part is, the whole time it's like, I can tell you, you just tell me what you're going to want me to do. I'll tell you what I can do and what I can't. We could be done in like 2 minutes,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like I can get down on my knees. Getting back up is a real problem. Aside from that,
you have no idea what to ask me here.
Yeah, and I don't really have flexibility anymore. So, especially in my right leg, ever since I had that surgery, I don't know what it is. I can't bend my right leg like I used to be able to. So,
right.
There you go. That's pretty much it. Like, cool, we done?
Yeah, we done, bitch?
Yeah. Or honestly, we live in a world now where they could just be like, "Hey, here's what we need you to do. Have somebody record you doing it and just send us."
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm glad it's done, but they're, because like they're like, "Hey, now that we've offered you this position, and here's this packet you need to fill out and take to the urgent care."
Yeah.
You have 72 hours to do this, or you
forfeit
you
it.
rescind the offer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I'm already here.
Yeah.
So it's 10 minutes north of here. I'm not going to go home and
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So just like, screw it. I'll just do it now. And man, it was like, I always have plans for my day off that involve like doing house stuff. And lately it's been derailed every time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not much you can do about that, I guess, but
No, not really. But
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Right.
Right.
Yeah. It was an experience though. That's
Yeah. I've never had to have, oh no, I take that back. I did have hair taken for a drug test one time, but that was when I had hair, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they took. She just cut some hair and,
Yeah, I would love to know what, I mean, I would assume they would go body hair if you're clean shaven and shaved head.
That's a good question. I wonder if body hair works the same.
I don't know.
Because
like,
I know
get at these pubes, girl. I got a mad bush.
I mean, what if you were just a hairless person? Like, what do they do with people with like alopecia or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
like, look at this weirdo. He needs drugs. He's fine.
Yeah. Like, here's some that grow hair.
Look at this powder-looking motherfucker.
Like, you won't be able to control where, but
oh my god, just a big patch right in the middle of your forehead.
Yep. That would suck. God.
Worst.
And it's like thick and burly too, to where
God,
like
yeah.
even when you shave it, you've got a giant like dark spot there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like steel wool.
Yeah. You just grow it real long and comb that shit back.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, given the way the hairstyle, that's kind of a look right now anyway, so you'd fit in for the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Till that fad goes away, then you'd be in some trouble. But
later, puppet.
Well, then I guess you just go back to bald, or you just start rocking the most glorious comb overs ever.
Oh, super glorious.
Mm-hmm. Like, swirl it around your head kind of a thing. Just have a different design every time, kind of like people who get cornrows and they have the different like maze looking things,
patterns and stuff.
Yeah, you just start doing that with your hair on top.
Dude, has anyone ever done a cornrow maze? It'd be sick.
It looks like it. I've seen some that look like you could literally do a maze off them.
In celebration of falls of a cornrow maze. That'd
delicious.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meh. But but that's basically my week.
Oh, nice.
As far as I can remember, as far as I can recall, I have a couple random news stories, of course.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll get to those.
Yeah, I should probably pull up, our little thing we like to do.
Yeah.
But I don't think I updated again. God damn it.
No, you didn't. It's over, man. There's only like a week left. You're fine. Okay. Or 2 weeks, something like that, whatever it is. So, I mentioned to you that I, on Groupon, I grabbed some vouchers for that website called Brandless.
Yes.
And so what's funny is I was waiting to get either a code sent to me or something sent to me, and I'm like, the other day, I'm like, I haven't heard anything about this. So I got back on the website and I'm like, oh shit, they're vouchers, not, I thought it was essentially like a gift card where I would be emailed codes and then go use those. And, no, that wasn't the case. But anyway, it was,
really? That's so weird.
Yeah, I had to, like, you go on Groupon's website and then it says like redeem voucher. When you click on that, then it pulls up a code for you to enter on the website.
Huh.
So I was like, okay, well, that's good to know. Cause, if I had just not done anything at some point, they expire,
Yeah. Yeah. Good thing you checked.
Yeah. And that would have sucked. Cause, I did spend money for it. But it was like $10 for $20 vouchers. So I got 2 of them just because I wanted to try a variety of stuff off the site, And, because for those who don't know, Brandless is a site where everything on it is $3. And it's, some of the stuff it's a little high for, some of the stuff it's right on point, and then some of the stuff it seems low for. Like, they have chef knives for $3.
What?
Yeah.
The hell are they made out of? Aluminum can?
I don't know. I'm going to get one at some point because I'm so curious. They've got one of those, I forgot what they're called. They're those kind of like butcher knife looking things, but they're meant for, like real fine, like mincing and such.
Right.
You know, I can't remember what kind of knives they're called. Anyway, but so I ordered, you know, a variety of things from their website. You know, like I got some like toothpaste that they have on there, and God, I forgot what else I got. And then I got a bunch of like snacks and food stuffs. But the stuff I've tried off it so far, it's all been really good stuff. Like it's,
really?
Yeah, I've been just crushing. I got a bag of, their dark chocolate, quinoa balls, basically.
Nice.
And they're really good. They almost remind you if you were eating like dark chocolate granola kind of a thing. You know, they're, you know, a little chewy, but they're, you know, that's what they're supposed to be. They're really good. So, and then I got a bag of, everything pretzels, like chips. You know, they're real, you know, like the size of roughly a quarter or so. And they're, you know, like everything bagels, basically.
Yeah.
So those are really tasty. So yeah, I've been really happy with the stuff. It's like, unfortunately, it's not, a lot of the stuff isn't like necessity stuff, you know? So it seems like one of those sites you're probably not going to keep going to because you're not going to think about it, you know?
Right.
Like if they sold,
do they like have like a subscription thing you can do or something?
I don't know. They might have some stuff. They do have some package things. Like they have one that I remember seeing that was like, hey, here's a, you know, for taco night. And it's like, they have blue corn taco shells and, salsa. And I forgot what else was in there, like taco seasoning, I think. And, you know, so, you know, you can just at one click get all of that added to your cart kind of a thing. But I didn't really see much else. But, you know, they're supposed to be adding more as time goes. But all the stuff, like all the products and stuff are like cruelty free stuff. And,
oh, I'm out.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of it is, you know, organic or whatever. Like I got a jar of, black bean corn salsa from them.
Right.
And I was looking at the ingredients list and I was like, wow, this is all real stuff. This isn't, you know, all these random chemical things or, you know, laboratory created salsa.
Yeah, this is, I mean, I just pulled up their website. It's kind of fascinating. I might have to try some of this shit.
That's why I said, it's like, it's not, well, if you do, let me know. I have some referral things, but,
yeah, for sure. I'll for sure let you know.
But, you know, that's why I was always curious about it. Cause it's like I said, some of the stuff, it's like right on point. Some of it's a little pricey, you know, something that would normally be like $2 is $3, but you're basically across the board, you assume that it leverages, you know?
Right.
That you'll buy some stuff that's more than $3 and, you know.
There you go. They have bundles. That's cool.
I didn't catch, yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about.
Huh.
I think. Cause I was looking for something like that. Cause I'm like, they should have like an introductory bundle where they just send you a few snacks, maybe some like hand lotion or soap or something like that. You know, just a little something from every of their departments kind of a thing.
Right. For sure.
Cause they've got like shampoos and hand lotions and soaps and face cleaners and all that kind of stuff too. You know, and it's
pretty good. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And it looks like a lot of those things are like sulfate free and, you know, like the crap we're all supposed to be avoiding.
Yeah, for sure.
But most of us probably aren't.
Or think you are, and then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was, you know, I've been pretty happy with what I got, you know. I mean, especially considering, you know, I spent $20 on it. And it was like $5 for shipping. So it wasn't even, you know, they don't kill you on shipping. And I got a good sized box for $5.
Like if you get a bag of, I don't know, the blue corn chips or whatever, like how big is the bag?
What's interesting about it is they're not real big bags, but, like for the blue corn chips, I think if you get the yellow corn chips, you get 2 bags for $3.
Oh, interesting.
And stuff like that. Cause I got some pasta from there cause I was just, you know, looking for something else to add and the pasta was like $1.50 a bag. Right. So, you know, they are smaller bags. They're like, you know, like they're probably like the Fritos size bags, you know,
right on.
Like around that range. Yeah.
I got you.
So, but you know, the one, like part of what you have to keep in mind though too, of course, is like, because all the stuff is like organic or whatever, you have to compare it to like the organic prices.
Right. That's why I'm like $3 for some of this stuff. It's like,
right? That's what that's why I was initially like, you know.
I'm a little suspect on their knives and shit.
Oh, right. I'm very curious.
That one.
Yeah. I got a box of their Cheez-Its, you know, and they're good. They need more salt. Like it just needs some finishing salt, basically. Right. You know, but they're good, you know. But yeah, the knives, I'm kind of like, but I still want to order one just to see. Just to see how, I mean, you never know. It could be one of those knives you're like, man, I spent $3 for this 10 years ago. And it's still cut like a champ. Yeah. And you never know. You never know. I mean, I highly doubt it because, you know, generally good knives are very expensive. Yes. Not like $20, but like hundreds of dollars, you know. But yes. You know, like I said, we'll see. At some point I'll order one because I can't help it, you know. Like I just have to at some point. I mean, I can't say I blame you because I kind of feel the same way. Well, because right now, worst case scenario, you're out $3. You know, it's like whatever, you know. So, yeah, for sure, right? Yeah, it's not like, you know, it's one of the things I hate about when you go into like stores if you're looking for knives is you can't like hold them to see how the weight feels in your hand. And some knives, I don't like the way they feel, you know? Yeah. But you can't like do the pinch like for chopping. You know, you can't pinch the blade because they've got it all securely wrapped. Yeah, you gotta, like Williams and Sonoma they'd pull knives out for you if you want. Oh, well, okay. Yeah. Because they had them like behind a case kind of thing, you know? Yeah. Well, yeah, because I know it sucks like, otherwise. You go to like Bed Bath & Beyond, it's just a knife block, and it's got some sort of goddamn master lock. And yeah. Or they're, like I said, they're in big plastic cases that you can't hold it like you would want to. It's too bad they don't have like, I don't know, for lack of a better term, demo knives, you know? Yeah, something. It would actually be nice. Yeah, but, whatever. For that reason. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that was, you know, that's my, I guess in a way that's kind of a shut up and take my money because I've enjoyed everything I've had from it so far. So. Oh, I was going to play the sound drop, but weird. It goes. One of the best values that I saw on their site is they've got like 4 or 5 different types of beef jerky for $3 a bag. That's pretty awesome. Beef jerky for that size bag's usually like $6. Yeah, and I know I see they're all organic and stuff, but what is that like? Organic, you know, alley cat? Yeah, like they're the ones you sold them when you made the pelt thing. I mean, allegedly. No kickbacks. That's all the kickbacks. Oh man. I am curious to see what stuff they add in the future, though. Like, there's a couple things on their site that they're like, hey, this is coming soon, you know, and it's like, oh, cool, I'd be interested in that, you know. Like, where is that? Yeah. Where is that? Well, they have an email thing where it's like, you know, tell me when this is in, basically, so. Right. You can do that, too. But, yeah. Oh, also, and this is the best part of using the site was, okay, with those vouchers, I had to do 2 orders because you can only use 1 voucher per order. So, right. Which that kind of sucked, but, each order that I did, they donate a meal for, I can't remember, it's like for every so much that you spend, I think it is, they donate a meal, you know, to needy people also. Well, fair enough. That's cool. So that's, you know, just a little side, whatever, you know, like it wasn't the reason at all that I did it. In fact, I didn't even know they did that until I was, you know, going through the checkout and they were like, oh, these orders, you know, or this order gets 1 meal donated. And I'm like, okay. like, huh. Cool. Fair enough. Yeah. So enough about that. Ugh. Dude, settle down. I know, right? Man. I mean, I guess speaking of Groupon, you know, I was telling you I got that home slice Groupon. I was like, Brian, we go home slice. Yeah. I was like, nah, I should probably hang out with my kids. No. Take them down to Henville with all the lights. We went to home slice. Mm-mm. I didn't even use my Groupon, dude. I still have it. Nice. I didn't have no idea Tuesdays is half off pizza day. What?
Right?
How did they not tell me that?
Dude, we got cheese bread, like an extra large pizza because it's thin crust. We
Right.
smashed it.
Yeah,
and then we finished off with cinnamon sticks. And I got 2 beers, and I was still like, I'm saving my Groupon.
No, I don't blame you. I would have too, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you were buying so much stuff that you're like, man, I could really use this discount.
No, I was just like, the bill came, and I'm like, yeah, it's worth it for me to save my Groupon for the future.
Right. Yeah, I've been checking Groupon like every day now, so I'm crossing over into like Neil territory, you know? But I've seen a lot of good stuff on there. It's just a matter of like, is it something I need or will use, or is it just something that I'm like, wow, that's a good price, you know? Like,
I unfortunately, when I bought 2 things off of Groupon just because I was like, holy shit, that's a good price.
Right. Yeah.
Like I bought a hoodie that I actually really like for like $5.
Yeah.
And then I bought these, and I really bought these for Leah.
Mm-hmm.
But they ended up being about $2 a piece. And they're these like neoprene, looks like ninja masks.
Okay.
That you put around your head, and they're for winter. And they are fucking warm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they came in 3 different colors. I was like, you guys pick out what colors you want, you know?
Yep.
And Leah picked the black one. Logan picked the urban camo. So I have like the Sub-Zero blue.
Nice.
Yeah. But those are the 2 things I was just like perusing Groupon. I'm like, that's a great price, buy it.
Right.
And then later I'm like, why did I buy that?
Yeah. Well, I caught myself almost doing that the other day because they had these men's like they were kind of like in between like a Doc Marten looking boot and kind of like a dress shoe. They were like a casual kind of shoe, but they were kind of in between that look. And they had some brown ones that I really dug, and they were like $30. And I'm like, well, that's not a bad price. You know, they're like, I don't know, whatever they are, $80, $90 boots or whatever. Probably not. They're probably really $30 boots, but you know.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
And I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, and it's like, dude, I just got a pair of boots. Like, I really don't need another pair of boots, you know? So.
Right.
I finally talked myself out of it, but, you know, I considered it strongly for a while. Because it was like, dude, you're just buying these because you think they're on sale. You know? Like, would you buy them if they were $90? Well, no.
Right.
You know?
For sure.
Like, why not? Well, I don't need boots. That's why. Like, exactly. It's like, plus, you know, at $90, it's like, hell, I could just buy a pair of Docs at that point. It's only like 10 or $20 more.
Or do you, though? Or do you?
No, I really don't. Because I really don't even wear boots much. You know? I mean, I only got the pair I did because they were really cheap. And it was like, you know, it is nice to have a pair given where we live. And, you know, also because the shoes I'm rocking right now are fucking like soccer shoes. So they don't grip real well.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're not meant for, you know, ice and snow. And so,
right.
Yeah. See, got anything else?
Is right.
I feel like there's something else.
I've just got news stuff there, Brian.
All right. Well,
one of them kind of directly affects me a little bit.
Okay.
Have you heard about Sierra Nevada's Resilience IPA?
I have. Yes.
Okay. Very cool. They brewed it at my work too, because you know that's what they just put the recipe out there, and like all the places that are brewing it, all the God, I can't even talk. All the monies is going to help out the campfire.
Right. In California.
Situation. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, my dog just made the craziest noise. But yeah, so I don't know if you've tried it. It's pretty delicious. It's a good IPA.
I have not, no.
And it's a good IPA for a good cause.
Right.
I mean, shout out to all the brewers, because there's brewers all across the country are brewing this just to support that, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan. Hold on, I gotta wheel over here and let this dumb dog in here. Brian, say something cool.
What?
Something cool, man.
Something cool. Yeah, I agree with you. That's a really cool way for them to raise some monies. I know I've seen a bunch of different breweries or people I know that work at breweries, whatever, posting pictures of you know, like, hey, here's our resilience night is this weekend or whatever, you know.
I'd almost be curious to try it from across the country.
Yeah, it would be kind of fun to sample it different places, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Just to see if everyone's stuck to the recipe, or if maybe like the water makes it taste a little different.
That's actually what I'd be really curious about. I mean, obviously, get some of that delicious algae water from Toledo.
Hell yeah, some of that fuzz water.
Right? There's nothing like having a beer and a meal at the same time.
Exactly.
It would be kind of fun to taste those though, because I don't, I mean, we could. I'm sure, because Founders did one and your place did one. So, I mean, there's two places fairly close that we could try, but, and the water is going to be different because one's Michigan water and the other's Ohio. So,
for sure, right?
Yeah. But I would be curious about that.
Yeah, I thought that same thing.
Mm.
So we got that. We also have some that we got to talk about.
Okay.
That is 100% pure Toledo.
Okay.
The Christmas weed.
Oh, dude, this thing.
Yeah, like I was out to dinner with my sister and her whole in-law family, because they're like, hey, we're going out to dinner here, and Pam, Peanut's mom, invited you, and if you're going to come, I'm like, yeah, I don't have anything going on. So Lee and I came.
Mm-hmm.
But my sister's like, hey, so have you heard about the Christmas weed? And I'm like, what? I have no idea what you're talking about, because I don't get on Facebook anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really pay attention to the news.
And it's really funny because of the different social media things. Facebook is definitely the place to find out about this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who don't, and it's made national news now.
Oh, has it?
It has.
Yay.
Yeah, like the link I have pulled is from Huffington Post.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's, for those of you not in the know, there was a, oh, it's my dog. I was like, what is that noise? Her tail's hitting everything.
Yeah.
It's this 4-foot tall weed on an intersection here in town that some asshat put like I think they put garland on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day someone put a Christmas tree skirt on it, and it just got more and more decorated. And then,
yeah.
I will say one thing. At least people are like now donating like to the Cherry Street Mission.
Right.
And, it's turned into a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say this, from at the very beginning, I thought it was kind of funny because it is a weed and someone put some garland around it and then a tree skirt. And I was like, that's kind of funny,
Yeah, exactly. Right?
But then it got obnoxious.
Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of when I first heard about it. When, I first started reading about it, rather, when people are decorating it like that.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of when you see the roadkill with the get well soon balloon tied to it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I saw it on the news, like when they first were doing it, and then I saw it a few days later, and I was like, oh my God, there's all this stuff. Like, it looks like a Christmas store just threw up on this street corner now.
Yes.
And so I was it's right in front of a Walgreens, and I was at that Walgreens with my brother, and I was kind of looking down at it, and there were a few people down there, selfieing with it and whatnot. And I'm just like, ugh, And we get back here, and the news was on, and they were like, doing a live shoot from there. I was like, we must have just missed the news because they were not there at all when we left. And that's only like 10-minute drive.
Yeah, for sure. Right?
It's like not that. I was like, wow, we must have just missed them. And of course, when the news is out there, you get all the people out there because people are going by, oh, Channel 11's out there, so they're
something cool's happening.
Yeah. So there was all these people, and the police have dispersed people multiple times because it is literally on one of those like little islands where to stop you from, or, to where it directs you to turn right or go straight kind of a thing. And it's where people would stand essentially. And it's like, and it's full of stuff and people. And it's like, this is dangerous. This is not.
Yes.
So the police have had to disperse people a couple of times. And of course they're assholes. So they just go right back.
Because people equal shit. Thank you, Slipknot.
Yep. But I'm with you as far as I do like the fact that people have done a lot of donations and stuff out there. That is cool.
it turned out to be something decent out of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's like my sister's doing like they have T-shirts. I was like, what? So I pulled it up, and
of course they do.
the T-shirt I'm not mad at.
Yeah.
Except for the price point.
$20, $30, $25. Yeah.
Because it's basically if you go to our links, you'll see the pictures of the thing. Someone cartooned it, so it looks like just like you said, Brian, like Christopher just threw up.
Yeah.
And it's this pile of Christmas shit, and then it just says, "Oh, Christmas weed, under it." And I'm like, that's kind of all right.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
No. I'd be even less mad if you told me all the proceeds from that went to charity. Right. But I'm sure they don't. So
no.
Or at least if $5 from every shirt went to charity, or you know what I mean? Something like that.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, the Christmas weed. Pure Toledo. Only in Toledo.
I'm so over it.
Something like that would happen.
Yeah. I know. That's why I said every time I go by there, it's like, God, there's more crap out here. It's like,
I mean, yeah. With me not really, I'll drive by it tomorrow, actually. But with me really not being on the road anymore, I haven't even drove by it once.
Oh, wow. I've been by it a few times, but every time I look at it, I'm just like, I have nothing against people, doing something silly. Or like I said, if it had been left essentially like, okay, there's some garland on it, someone put a tree skirt, maybe if there was even like a couple ornaments, and then done. Let's just leave it alone at this point. It's funny. It's kind of got its charm, and people could still do the selfie thing, and it's funny and has its charm. But like I said, now it's fucking gaudy as hell.
Yeah, it's turned into a thing.
It's so awful.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Turned into a thing.
Yeah, and we know people who are like caught up in the hysteria, so.
Well, I mean, because we do.
Ugh. Yeah. Wow, I didn't realize it had made national news. Once again, man. Toledo getting in national news for the right reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
At least this one's less embarrassing than, like the mayor saying deaf people should move by the airport at one point years ago.
Well, yeah, I mean.
What a shithead.
Ugh.
Oh, man. Gotta love this town, man.
The best.
Although the last time the words Toledo were mentioned, probably on a national scale, where was it, a week or a couple weeks ago, when that running back from the Chiefs, that video surfaced to him like shoving that woman or punching a woman or something like that.
Right.
I was like, and they kept me, University of Toledo. I'm like, can you just say Kansas City Chief? Like,
yeah, like really? Do you have to?
Can you just leave Toledo out of this? Yeah. Like, he doesn't play here anymore.
Do you mind?
Like, come on. Like, we don't have much in this town.
Right.
Yeah.
Sneeze is coming.
Nah, you're fine. Just tell it to stop.
Open up.
Nope. Just tell it knock its shit off.
I know, right?
So,
wait. What'd you get?
I was going to say, Entertainment Weekly had something I thought was kind of an interesting gimmick here. There's a study that was done, apparently, that says that Wizard of Oz is the most influential movie ever, not Star Wars.
Really?
Because I know for years, like, Star Wars has been regarded as the most influential, which is a little weird because realistically Star Wars was stolen from other movies, but,
Yeah.
So really, I mean, I feel like you should, but anyway, whatever. Yeah, I thought this was strange.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I don't think most people you would ask would really think that. Where is it? It says the team analyzed the impact of more than 47,000 films across 26 genres to determine which titles have had the most industry influence, not including short film or porn movies, which are probably safe to rule out anyway. So, first place is Wizard of Oz. Second place is Star Wars. Third place is Psycho. And other high-ranking entries include the original King Kong, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Citizen Kane, Metropolis, Casablanca, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and Frankenstein.
Oh, wow. Frankenstein, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
I
So
never would have thought Wizard of Oz. I mean, it should be on the list, but I never would have thought number one.
yeah, because you don't, like I said, you just don't think about it as like what. I don't know. It's such an odd thing because I just don't think of movies like, where you see elements of it and you go, oh, you can, like in music, how you'll hear something sometimes and you're like, wow, you can tell they're fans of X band,
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Like when we saw the Menzingers, remember like that first band, I think it was, that played, and I'm like, wow, you can tell these guys really dig Nirvana,
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It's, like I said, interesting. I mean, there's been a lot of like spoofs of it, of course, but I don't think that's what they're looking for.
Right.
Fury Road. What?
Fetch said Fury Road.
Oh. So, what I don't understand is I can't find, like, it doesn't say why, though. That's the part. Like, it doesn't, like, what's the criteria?
I was really kind of hoping for why, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I was just looking at this. Maybe I'll have to look into it more. So yeah, I was, so when it came to ranking directors, the study was that the most influential is George, is it Cukor? Who worked on 65 films, including uncredited work on Oz and Gone with the Wind. And, Victor Fleming, was number 2. Hitchcock was number 3. Which, see, it's like on that list, like, Spielberg was number 5, by the way. Like, Hitchcock feels like he should be, like, the top guy, because so many people, like, when I've heard stuff, they talk about, even if they're not in, like, the horror or thriller kind of genre, they're still, like, I love the way Hitchcock shot X, Y, or Z.
Right.
His style was just so influential.
So much influence.
Mm-hmm. I guess not. Apparently he's,
He's a bum.
Yeah, he's a bum. A bum. Said, when it came to ranking most influential actors, the top pick in the study was rather unexpected. You want to take a guess at who it was? It's someone you know.
Someone I know.
And they've been in a lot of movies.
Oh, man. I don't know, Brian. I'm drawing a complete blank.
Right. Samuel L. Jackson.
What? That's not what I would have guessed.
Likely due to starring in a whopping 82 often popular movies throughout his career.
I mean, I guess I get it. He has been in a lot of shit.
Yeah. He was followed by Clint Eastwood, Tom Cruise, Schwarzenegger, and John Wayne. See, and it seems weird again because
Schwarzenegger was in my head, but
yeah, Clint Eastwood I get. I don't know about Tom Cruise. That one's a little weird to me, but Schwarzenegger and John Wayne I totally get. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tom Cruise has been in a ton of hits,
Oh, yeah.
But again, I haven't heard, maybe it's because he's still kind of, still relevant as an actor, that it's just like, you just don't hear young actors going, man, Tom Cruise. Like, the only person I've really heard gush over Tom Cruise was Jay Moore.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah,
I mean, he washes his balls real clean.
Yeah, super clean, shiny.
But understandably, whereas, how many people do you know that's like, oh man, I love the Duke,
the rapping Duke. Da, 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 ha, 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 ha.
Yep. Samuel L. Jackson, though.
Yeah, well, fair. I mean, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. Say what again?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Anyways, I just thought that was kind of a weird list. Like I said, I don't know why they don't have criteria, really,
Right.
There's not even like a link. Yeah, there's not even like a link to the study or something like that. So, anyway. Okay, there it is, actually. I'm sorry. It says, yeah, which titles have had the most industry influence? But again, it's like, what do you mean by influence? Is like, people have been inspired by it, or there's been a direct money correlation? Anyway. But whatever. It's still kind of a weird, or an interesting list to look at.
For sure, right?
Yep.
So. It's got the chills.
Sweet.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet sapphire.
Sweet dude, sweet.
No, it'll always be sweet sapphire.
Sweet sapphire. Exactly.
You know, I want to talk about the movie I watched yesterday, but I'm not going to go too far into it because I really want us to do a movie review of it. But for those out there, you know, looking for a fantastic Christmas film, look no further than, I think it was like 2005 or something. Santa's Sleigh, starring former professional wrestler Bill Goldberg.
Sick.
Yeah. Oh man, it's
Does he have a Santa beard?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Dude looks badass as Santa. I mean, it's just.
I imagine.
Yeah.
He probably makes a great Santa Claus.
Yeah. There was somebody else. I can't remember. There's another wrestler in the movie too, and Vince Russo's in the movie apparently. As just some. He was a writer when Raw and WCW were like at their peak when they were like warring with each other. He was like the top writer at. I can't remember if it was WWE or WCW. Anyway, he was one of the.
Did he write it or is he just in it?
Oh, he was just in it. But there was another professional wrestler or former wrestler, whichever. I can't remember who it was though. Oh, I'm sorry. That's who it was. It was Tiny Lister. That's who it was.
Oh, nice.
Zeus. Yep. So, yeah. Basically all I can say is this, is it's Santa Claus just going around just killing people in comical ways. And I'm sure if you watch the actual version and not the TV version as I did, there's lots of bubbas in it too.
Oh, perfect.
So, you know, once again, perfect for families.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, hopefully we'll be doing a review of it at some time. So I'm not going to jump into it. But if people want to go watch it, it's available at a lot of places. Like it's on like Amazon. I think you can rent it. It's not on Netflix. I think YouTube has it. From what I was reading, I haven't looked though. So, you know,
right.
And otherwise you'll have to find your own ways of watching it. Wink.
Wink, wink.
No. So, yeah. But it was weird though, cause yesterday my mom was watching some weird ass movie where there's like, it's like the end of the world is happening, right? And there's this girl and her grandmother gives her like this one ring, and no, it's not Lord of the Rings.
Sick.
Although, and then her grandma gets killed by some like big ice dagger thing. And then they basically, find this stuff that her grandmother had, like this book and all this other stuff that tells them that when the end of the world comes, like you have to find the 5 rings to stop it, basically.
Dude, I used to love that game, L5R.
Right.
Sick.
Well, that was the thing is I thought of that, but the other thing I thought of was Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh yeah, right.
Anyway, so they go through this and it's like, look, they're up against the end of the world and they have to find these rings, right? But then they also have this bad guy element in it, which was totally unnecessary. Like you've already got conflict with, oh shit, we have to go find these rings and shit, you know?
Right.
And also we have to do it within a time frame or the world's it's gonna be over, you know? So it's like, you really don't need a bad guy so much in it, but whatever.
Sounds like the clock's the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, anyway.
What's the name of this movie your mom was watching?
No, I don't. It was not good though.
Should be called The Clock's the Bad Guy.
Yeah, it should be. Like each one of the rings that they get, the girl puts on her hand or on a finger, you know, and she sees like these images and it seems kind of like each time she gains control over something else. Like the first time, like there's this big ice wall coming at him and she just puts her hand out like, stop. And it just starts going around them. Like she's Moses parting the Red Sea, you know?
Right.
And then she's able to control like electricity a little bit after the next one. And I was like, okay. So anyway, but
like, sure, lady, sure.
So, as they're looking for the rings, the compass, of course, gets destroyed at one point, so then they just figure out haphazardly where the next one is. And then basically she has a premonition and is able to find the last one, which of course is on like this giant feckin' mountain, that she has to climb to get up on top of it to find this ring and then stop the 12, the 12 peaks from erupting or something like that. It was the dumbest shit.
That sounds pretty terrible.
Yeah, I was like, cause like you, with the Legend of the Five Rings and stuff, I was like, okay, Pig, which one of these movies are you ripping off here? Because it feels like you're ripping off a lot.
It's like all of the movies.
And it's just bad.
Do you remember, because this is all this questing around for these rings and all this different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when Cobra was trying to make Serpentor?
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta go get like heavy water from the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm. That was so dumb.
It's just kind of reminded me of for some reason.
Well, yeah, it was just so funny, like at different times. Like some of the shit in the movie too was just like this girl standing on this mountain while the bad guy and her dad are fighting it out after her dad got shot in the shoulder, and then him and this bad guy are
a tough little bastard.
Yeah. Him and this bad guy are wrestling around on the ground, and there's just these random, like, smoky kind of explosions that I couldn't help but have a flashback to Princess Bride when they're in the swamp,
Right.
But she's just standing there, and this is the second time now that her dad's fought with this dude, and she's just stood there. The first time they were in some, like, mine. And he's like, run! And I'm like, grab a rock and bash motherfucker in the head.
Yeah, you're in a mine. There's got to be a pickaxe around. I've played Skyrim.
Dude, it wasn't a pick. Even there were just rocks everywhere. Like,
a rock makes a good weapon.
I'm saying, just mash him across the back of the neck or head or something, Yeah. Or like at one point,
shoulders.
His brother's holding these other people hostage, and while they get loose, this kid picks up this big old pipe and just busts dude in the back of the leg with it. And then he's just beating him over the back like it's, giving him chair shots in the WWE, basically.
Nice.
And the mom's like, enough. And I'm like, fuck that. I was like, kneecap ass sumbitch so he can't chase you.
For sure, right?
I'd be wrecking that knee.
His ass. Do something crazy.
Right?
Show me business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, break his knee. Be hard to chase you down when he can't walk.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Oh, man. But yeah, when they're up on the mountain.
Half his teeth.
Yeah, they're up on the mountain and they're wrestling around it. I'm like, why isn't the girl going after the ring? Like, she needs to get up there so she can stop this. And instead of, going, like you said, the clock is the enemy. She's just watching these two guys wrestle around on the ground.
Maybe she was into it, and despite the fact it was her dad, she's weird.
Yeah, oh, dude. And then at one point, they get separated, and the bad guy stands up, and one of those, like, explosion things go off, and basically he gets vaporized.
That's amazing.
It was so bad.
It should be, I wish it just kind of just his boots, with little bones sticking out.
Oh, man. I was laughing so hard. Like, the dude who had the people kidnapped, he got outside and, like, Christmas lights, the strands of them, basically, Whiplash from Iron Man.
Yeah.
Basically like his tendrils. It wraps this guy up and electrocutes the shit out of him till he explodes.
So is this a Christmas movie?
No, this one wasn't. This was just some movie that was on.
Okay. All right.
It was...
Actually, I've watched a really bizarre Christmas program.
Yeah.
On Netflix. I forgot to talk about it last week. I actually watched it last week.
Okay.
Happy.
Oh, yeah. I actually was starting to watch an episode of that after Santa's Sleigh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to watch it.
A ex-cop turned hitman that's trying to save a girl, and the reason he's trying to save this girl is because the girl's imaginary friend finds him. Voiced by Patton Oswalt.
Oh, right. Yeah, because the star of the show is, what's his name? It was that dude that was on Law & Order, wasn't it? Christopher Merloni or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I plowed through it. It was pretty entertaining. So if you started, you should definitely keep going.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely
A lot of weird shit happens in that show.
Oh, yeah. Well, I watched all of, 10 minutes last night, and then I was like, I got to do something else. So I couldn't keep watching it, but.
Right. Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Entertaining stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like we're watching some quality programming.
It's definitely been doing some weird watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I've still been listening to tons of podcasts. Mostly, well, I caught up on Shot of History last night, and because I was 2 or 3 back, and
right.
Then I was going back to and Risk and The Moth, and then I went back to listening to Adam Ruins Everything, the podcast, and there's so many of the episodes of this show that by the time they're done, make me so angry. And not even like big shit, like the one on immigration, which I'm not going to get into, but whatever. But one that pissed me off was one was talking about fast fashion, which is how it used to be. There was 4 seasons in the to where, cause, retail and whatnot, how every so often you have a floor change because it's not winter anymore, it's spring,
Yeah, exactly. You gotta get that fresh shit in there.
Right. Well, now the way these stores are, they're putting new stuff out like every month because people will keep buying, so why limit? But she was talking about like outlet stores and stuff, how outlet stores they're not actually selling like overstock things or, hey, we discontinued this. They have cheap shit made for those stores to sell at those low prices.
Oh God, that's brutal.
They deliberately like pay less money for, use lower quality stuff so they can sell it for less.
That's insanity right there.
Yeah. And she was also talking about how, I'm sure most people listening have, like, you buy something like a pair of jeans from a place one year, you'll go back the next year, buy the exact same style, but they don't fit the same.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? Like, I haven't changed, my weight's the same, blah, 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 Well, apparently it's because these places are constantly looking for the cheapest place to manufacture.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
So this year they may be made in Bangladesh. Next year they may be made in China. The year after in Taiwan, whatever. It's like whoever's cheapest, that's who they go with, basically.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like that doesn't bother me as much because it's like, well, I mean, that's smart business. It really is, But the other stuff is the stuff that bugged me more, about the quality level and stuff. And she also said
hot garbage.
And, well, this is hot garbage too. Country of origin tags, which apparently they can't use in Europe anymore. But we still allow them in this country. But if something like, say you buy a t-shirt and it says made in the USA,
right?
Basically all that has to be done to it to count as that is like the seams under the arms and the collar have to be sewn in the US.
That's just dumb.
The rest of the shirt could have been made in anywhere else, but because those things are done, it's made in the US.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's suspect right there.
Right. So, because, if you walk up and you see one t-shirt that says made in the USA, the other one doesn't say that, and they're similar in price, most of us are going to pick the made in the USA one because...
fuck yeah, America.
Right. It's drilled in our head. This keeps jobs here. And nope.
Meanwhile.
Not really.
Yeah,
So
we actually just meant that little tag was made in America.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be ridiculous. Like, this shirt says made in America. But like, no. It's just the tag.
Yeah, like actually on the very base of the tag, the part that gets stitched into the collar, that's where it says where it's made.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But it's there.
But this woman that was on there, this expert, she was talking about how she used to work for the Gap. And she would go to visit the factories where the stuff was made. And
right.
she's like, some of the factories I went in, she's like, didn't even have a bathroom. You
just shit into a Gap pocket and send it out.
Right. But, we all know that, we've all pretty much come to accept that our phones are made by children and our clothing are made by poor people,
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like I said, it was just, she was talking about, like being more ethical in business practices and whatnot. And of course the pushback is, well, that doesn't make you as much money.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. So like I said, by the end of that episode, I was like, I got to listen to something else. Cause right now I want to run through a wall. Like I want to hurt somebody.
He's got to put up some uplifting music.
Yeah. Man.
Just the Friends theme on a loop or something.
No, that'll just make me want to kill someone more. No, I listened to Risk after that, which is always a dice roll.
Yeah, because sometimes you're like, God, now I'm real depressed.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go dive into traffic.
Yeah, there was one a few weeks ago or a month or so ago that was like that. Like the whole episode, basically. And I was like, wow, they used to mix like a funny story in with the heavy ones to kind of break it up, but this one, not so much.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So, yeah. And then I listened to, for the first time last night, I listened to a show called Mortified.
Okay.
And I don't know because I haven't looked into it yet, but it sounds like it's, basically people get up on stage and they start with like Dear Diary, and it makes it sound like they wrote they're reading from their diary. Like one girl was talking about like, when she lost her virginity and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if it's, I don't think it's from their actual diaries. I think it's like written now as that person.
Right.
Which I kind of like that idea.
Is the concept mortifying? Because it'd be like people would be mortified if they read my diary or
basically,
something?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And, it was a short episode, but I really enjoyed that. And like I said, if the concept is that, like where you look back on your life and write a journal entry from like as a 16-year-old, I think that's kind of a cool concept.
Yeah, that is interesting. Because
you can look back at it and realize how ridiculous you were at that time,
Oh, for sure, right?
Yeah. So, but since I downloaded that one, I haven't seen another episode. So I don't know if it's just a sporadic released one or maybe they're in the off season. I don't know what's going on, but it was entertaining.
Mortified. Interesting.
Yep. So yeah, that's basically all I got, I think.
Oh shit, son. So we're going to move on to the epic failure of my life. That is Pigskin Pickle. That is Dude Mountain.
Oh my God. I found the name of that movie.
Oh, what is it?
It is called The 12 Disasters of Christmas. So yes, it is a Christmas movie, apparently.
The 12 Disasters of That sounds terrible.
The very first review here says painful waste of time in CGI.
That's hilarious. That's a great review.
Yep.
Shout out to that reviewer for being funny.
I'm skimming the review to see if it was worth reading out loud, and it's not. So, but yeah, they rated it 1 out of 10. That's pretty awesome.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's solid.
Here's a good title. Well, they got the disaster part right.
I love the internet.
Oh, man. All right. So what are we moving on to? Oh, yeah. Shit, I can't think what it's called now.
Moving on to my soundboard being shitty.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll do it. Dude Mountain. That's what it was.
Dude Mountain.
Boom. Well, y'all out there. Wow. Oh, that's last week. I was like, nobody put their 10 points in. Well, of course, Gaga James down there, way down there,
just floating in it.
It's been like the battle of us guzzlers down here between Dev, Neil, Phil, and myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys have formed a nice circle down there.
Yeah, although I still have a commanding lead. I don't think no one's gonna like I'm not gonna be in the bottom 3 down there.
Right.
Yeah, it's I mean, they're battling though.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if Dev like puts his picks in because it doesn't look like Neil or Phil did this last week, the 3 of us, we're the 3 musketeers of failure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if Dev puts his point, if Dev gets like just some right, he'll put Neil down into the murky depths of
Right. Hold him until there's no more bubbles. I gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's go up to where it's interesting. The battle for the top 3 spots. Which you got the underdogs tied with Bear McCock for third.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Madden 16 picks coming in second. But it's only 1 point behind Beside Geek.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 1 week left to find out if an outdated game is going to triumph over a fan of the show.
Yeah. Now, I got to point something out.
Madden 16.
I got to point something out for this week, which is, I forgot which team it is. Got 13 picks so far. So that means there's, 2 left? So that means they've gotten 13 out of 14, I believe, at this point.
Helmets in your end zone.
Yeah.
Killing it this week.
Almost perfect. That's a hell of a run, because it's really tough to do that well on these things.
Gave out MVP trophies.
Yeah.
If it was real last player of the week or whatever.
I was thinking that we should bring trophies back, like we should.
You remember those trophies?
Those were great. Yeah. We had the best trophies.
Like the Burt Reynolds, Excellence Award or whatever.
No, it was oh God, I forgot what it was.
I remember trophies we used to have in our fantasy league.
Yeah. Well, the one I remember most is the one named after T for last place, because he won last place back to back. So
yeah, right. The Sleepy Time Tea Award.
Yeah, I think it was the T Sleepy Time Easley Memorial Award or something like that. And it was because it was a picture you took of T sleeping on your couch.
Yeah, for sure. I miss those days of those sweet ass trophies you gave out.
Man, I wish I could remember the Burt Reynolds one, because it had something to do with either being manly or calling someone a bitch or something.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Because we also had the curb stomp of the week.
Yes.
But we got rid of that because of the violence and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Damn,
Good
I wish
times.
I could remember the Burt Reynolds one, though.
There's your Dude Mount update for week 16.
Yep, almost done.
It's crazy. I know, right?
I know.
Maybe I'll actually put my picks in next week and try to do something.
Nah, you won't.
What a loser.
Fair enough.
Jeez.
You said it, not me.
All right.
All right. Do you have any shut up and take my monies for this week?
Yeah, I do actually, Brian.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, I don't.
Oh.
Dev does.
Yeah, that's true. He does.
Down there slurping up the gravy of his sick ass socks he's probably going to buy.
Wow.
If he doesn't buy those socks, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Me too. Like it's horseshit if he doesn't buy those socks.
So much horseshit.
Yeah.
So, on stance.com, which I'm honestly not 100% sure what they do, they must deal in cool socks.
Okay.
They got the Protect Your Neck socks, and it's fucking Wu-Tang. Bright ass yellow, black. They got the Wu-Tang W. It says Shaolin style across the top.
Across the cock.
Yeah, across the cock. It's everywhere on your dick.
Yep.
And it's just got a bunch of dudes doing karate on them. They're sick.
I like it.
For a low price of $18, not bad for a licensed cool sock.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told.
Right.
So, I mean, Protect Your Neck socks.
Shut up and take my money.
Dev, good call. He also pointed out they have Stankonia stocks.
Yeah, I dig the Stankonia ones.
I mean, they're pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They do it's a subscription service too.
Oh, really?
I don't even know what this. I've never heard of this website before.
Yeah, I haven't either.
How it works: choose a plan, pick your pairs, awesomeness arrives. Well, there you go.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So if you want to be awesome, go to stance.com, and get some sick ass hippity hop socks, and they probably have some other cool ones too.
Mm-hmm. Hippity hop socks, he says. Yeah.
The old hippity hop socks.
Yeah, I saw a thing the other day, someone on Instagram posted it, and they were like, oh my God, these socks are so awesome. And they're like Ric Flair socks, and it's like, I looked at them like, dude, that doesn't look anything like Ric Flair.
Oh boy.
Apparently they're licensed though, and I'm like, wow, Flair must have been on a bender when he signed off on that one.
Right?
Because nope.
That was a great idea.
Yeah. Woo!
Oh, they got Bruce Lee socks.
Oh, nice.
Sick.
I like that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, yeah, I need to stop looking or I'll be buying fucking socks.
Yeah. You sent me the link for that, right?
Yeah, it's all
right.
nestled into an email I
Beautiful.
passed along to you there, sir.
All right. Well, I have I don't have the link for it, but someone pointed out to me, and they're not brand new either, but they're coming out soon. But they've been like pre-sale for a while. Apparently, there's going to be like Golden Girls, like big figures. You know, I mean, they're dolls.
Like sex dolls?
They're dolls, basically. No,
Real dolls?
not that big. No, not
Give me
yet.
that Blanche.
Whatever.
Show her a thing or two.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
Like, how did I get venereal disease? Isn't this new?
Like what the fuck?
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
we spray it down of her.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, you know.
It's like scratch and sniff now.
Ugh. Scratch and
Definitely
sniff.
scratch.
Yeah. Oof.
Scratch and spread.
Yeah. Oh god.
The disease.
So these big figures are like $115 a piece, but they have like, you know, actual clothing and whatnot. And you know, I was like, wow, that is, yeah, that's too far. I probably wouldn't get those.
That seems like a crazy price.
I certainly wouldn't pay that price for them. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nope.
No.
But I just, little action figures would be one thing, but like 12-inch figures of the Golden Girls, that's getting too close to creepy for me.
Yeah, lean up against the wall, staring at you in the middle of the night.
Right, judging me. Yeah.
Judging you.
Although, I mean, in fairness,
and shit.
I'd set up a nice little diorama with them and, you know, around the kitchen table eating cheesecake, but, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As one does. Or maybe I'd have Blanche in the other room, you know.
Oh, I should do some like Golden Girls nativity scenes.
Yeah, that'd be a good
That'd
time.
be cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's an unofficial shut up and take my money.
Oh, fair enough.
Shut up and take my money.
I actually saw a very bizarre nativity scene just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
They had, you know, like Mary and Joseph like hanging out, and then they had the little baby Jesus dude.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't in his little crib. He was just kind of like sitting up, like on the edge of whatever this whole thing was set up on. So it kind of looked like he was just chilling with like his legs hanging.
Yeah.
It's very weird looking.
Sounds pretty weird.
I've never seen a baby look so relaxed on the edge of a platform.
Well, I mean, you know, all that frankincense and myrrh, you know?
I guess, right? He's high as fuck.
I guess. Yeah. One of my favorites I saw was years ago. I saw one online that was, instead of it being like, you know, a crib or whatever, it was like Superman's shuttle, and it was like baby Superman, and then Mom, Pa, Kent, nice. Crypto was there. You know, it was
pretty cool.
That was a pretty cool one. Yeah, I was like, I should have bought one, but they were expensive. I don't even know if they were licensed, but it was still a really cool idea. You know, like
just some guy just like produce as many as you can.
Yeah.
Gonna get rich and then burn this factory down.
Right. No witnesses. Right.
Yeah, exactly. No witnesses.
Yep.
It's gonna be like, you know, ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
All the slaves are getting buried in the pyramid too, bitches.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, no witnesses.
No witnesses.
Nice and clean. Yep. If no one's left there, you know, then no one can rat me out.
Exactly. Praise Ra, bitch.
Good times. All right, well let's move into our Q the W then, I guess, eh?
Oh shit. Well, last week we asked you a pretty good question. What would make spiders even more creepy? And I have some answers, Brian.
Yeah.
Yes,
all
I do. Michelle, she says knives.
I mean, yeah, if a spider had a knife, I mean, I'd back the fuck up.
But what if I had like 8 knives?
Dude, that's even... So basically it's going to look like General Grievous, but...
Yeah, exactly. That'd be sick.
Like, oh shit.
So Philip, he says if for every bug they ate, they grew a substantial amount in girth until they couldn't be contained inside a house.
Oh my.
Then they'd be forced to roam the lands like goddamn dinosaurs.
That would be terrifying. They wouldn't even have to get to dinosaur size. I mean, you think about how many people are terrified of them when they're smaller than like a quarter.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, literally, if they got to the size of a baseball, you know, like they are in Australia, most people would be freaked out. Can you imagine?
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like a raccoon runs across your yard and then you realize it's a spider.
Goddamn spider. It's like a head crab from Half-Life.
Right? I bet various people listening right now just got the heebie-jeebies from that idea.
For sure.
Just that little, like those scarabs in The Mummy, when they're like scurrying across the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Terrifying.
Creepy.
Yeah. All right, so what else you got?
Well, Jared, he says, have you seen the unholy beasts of hell we have in the desert? Nothing can make them any creepier than if they were the size of small puppies. And he says, for reference, and there's a picture of a spider. And then somebody, Josh here, says, Jared, aren't those ones technically tailless scorpions? And Jared says, pretty much they don't die easily.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, we've heard stories of the Australian ones,
Yeah, for sure, right? Those hunter ones that like leap at you and shit.
Yeah, I've had some friends in Australia send me pictures of ones that are in like their house, and it's literally the old, the joke of, grab what you can and burn the house down.
Yeah, for sure, right?
And hope the spider doesn't survive.
Ugh,
otherwise it'll become an awesome action movie.
Right.
Or
would it?
You burn my house down. Now I'm going to burn your life down.
Yeah, exactly. Spider's coming out. He's got like 4 different eye patches on because his eyes are all fucked up now. Mm-hmm.
At the very end, the spider's got someone tied up in the house, comes out, lights a cigarette, flicks it back. Slow-mo style.
Perfect.
The house explodes.
Credits roll.
No. You got to fast forward like 3 or 4 months. The spider's got a family now, or a girlfriend, or something like that.
Right.
Or whatever.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Our buddy Nate, he just dropped a news article from the New York Post that says if spiders work together, they could eat all the humans in a year.
That's pretty terrifying. I mean,
pretty terrifying.
Not gonna lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we have to, keep them apart.
Right. Jeff from Hobie, he says eye stalks.
Yeah, that'd be pretty creepy.
That would be creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, she says wings.
What, the leaping ones aren't creepy enough for her? She needs flying ones. Yeah.
V from her kick group, she also says wings.
Jeez.
Neil, he says a law degree. Accurate.
Yeah, I mean.
And then Zach, he says pedophile mustaches and glasses.
I don't know if that makes them creepier. It might, but I also think it would make them. I think more people would be open to having conversations with them if, they look like they had glasses on, looking respectable like.
Yeah, right. A little suit.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, dress to impress,
Dress to impress.
Yeah.
Got like 3 different briefcases.
Naturally. No, 8.
Yeah. Well, he's got to walk.
So you're right.
Walk.
Okay. Yeah. 6. Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
and then Philip, he actually shared our post. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. And anyone who wants to share the QW, by all means.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he screen capped the stuff going on in his account here. And Amy, on one of his pals or whatever, said knife legs. So that happens again.
Mm-hmm.
Emma here, she says long fingers under already long legs. That would be creepy.
Oh man, that would be so creepy. Like Lady Deathstrike hands on those.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man,
terrifying.
So terrifying.
And then Brian, he says flight. So a lot of people are terrified of flying spiders.
Yeah, which tells you what we need to crossbreed in the Tony Co. labs.
Like our spiders and red-breasted robins.
Mm-hmm. It just looks like the bird with the front looks like a spider with all the eyes and shit. And does it have a bunch of wings or does it still have the legs and the wings?
Yes.
That's way more terrifying, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like it sprouts wings off its back like it's a goddamn Pegasus, but still has all its 8 legs.
Right, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, that creeped me out a little bit.
But that's what I got on Face page, Brian.
All right. Well, over on Twitter, I got one response from Coach Beagley, who,
nice.
Good to hear from you again, Beegs. He says, if they could talk to you. And, again, I think that has to do with, like, like, it depends, you know?
Yeah,
Are they
gonna
like,
negotiate or are you going to be a dick?
right, or is it like, hey baby, send me nudes? Or is it, like I need more nudes because I got lots of eyes and leg, I don't know,
Or is it, bro, this is my corner, just stay away from me, I'll stay away from you.
Right?
Okay.
Right? Be like, can I have some privacy while I'm spinning a web? I mean,
Yeah, right?
seriously. It's like, I don't bust in on you while you're jerking off. I mean,
He does.
He totally does. Yeah.
Yeah, he creates sort of event.
Yeah. It's like, wow, it's like, that thing's way bigger than mine, but he can't even make a web with it.
Yeah, his web fluid is terrible.
Yeah. All he makes is a mess.
Jeez. I don't know. I've never seen anyone try to web up their stomach before. What are you doing?
Why is he building a web in a sock?
It's crazy.
Oh, shit. That's terrible. Oh, man. That's the only one I see on Twitter, so I'm sad. But I do have a couple others. I'm sorry, I was pulling up the Assumption Church's question of the week.
Oh, God, how can I forget?
I don't want to read this one.
Come on, it's a tradition now.
It says, in what way has God surprised you in your life?
What way has God surprised me in my life?
Surprise, your dad has cancer twice.
That was a surprise.
It's a pretty shitty surprise.
Terrible surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm surprised I'm still awake. How about that? Thanks, Jesus. Hitting the wall. Hitting the wall, Brian.
Oh, boy. All right.
Call me Earnhardt.
That's terrible. All right. So Cheeto Bandito says, if instead of having composite insect eyes, they had human eyeballs, fucking creepers. That would be creepy as shit. Especially if they bug out like that dude in those like memes or whatever.
It's such a good image.
Can you imagine the spiders walking around like that? Like, what the fuck?
Fucking eyeballs.
What is this thing? Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. And Fluffy Bunny Ash says, spiders will be creepier if they had endoskeletons and flesh and skin. Imagine freaky little 8-eyed pairs of hands scurrying around, and they'd crunch and be a bloody mess and be bloody messy if you squish them.
Yeah, that would be weird.
That would be really weird. Yeah, I'd feel like you're stepping on like, really early stage babies or something.
Wow.
Not that I've done that.
Human omelets.
Right. Damn it.
It's going to be the name of my food truck.
Human omelets, yeah. I don't think it's going to go over real well.
It might.
You're right. In certain areas, maybe. Yeah.
So, hey, y'all out there answering the Q2W, we super appreciate you and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like what you got. Good job.
All right. So 1 through 26.
Well, dude, 25. Christmas is coming up.
All right. Fair enough. Oh, man, this is going to take us a while.
Oh, boy. It might not.
What do you love about yourself?
Oh, God.
I mean, we could go on for ages.
I know, we could. But right now, it's just the fact that I'm wearing this sick-ass comfy robe. I'm loving it.
That's a good answer. That's
a
strong answer.
It was meant to be, too. I was walking by the robe display at Costco, and they were all heavily discounted, and they had one left in my size. And I'm like, I touched it. I was like, oh, it's like touching a kitten. So I bought this thing.
Which makes sense, going back to our kitten or cat pelt conversation earlier.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Right, now it all comes full circle here.
Yeah, nice is when you wake up in the morning and you got to piss hard, and I don't have to try to figure out where the hell my pajama pants went. I just throw the robe on.
You don't have to anyway. I mean, you
I
should.
don't want to traumatize the children. Yeah, I guess I could yell out, caution, stay in your room, dead dick coming through.
Right. I mean, if they get mad or upset, just be like, listen, you came from there. So,
This is your water slide to life.
Oh, man.
Don't be knocking my Kalahari.
Oh, my goodness. That's terrible, Tony. Terrible. I like it, though. Man, what do I like about myself, huh? Yeah. My thing's probably always been, like, I've always appreciated how, no matter how heavy a situation is, I generally can find, you know, something silly in it. Or find a way to laugh, you know. I know not everybody sees that as a strength, but I really do. So,
those people suck. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing? Can't you be serious?" No, actually.
No.
Yeah, no.
Like, I could. Well, like I told, you know, my aunt the day my dad died, when she said something about, "Can't you be serious?" And I'm like, I can, but right now I feel like killing myself. So,
yeah. So let's not.
Let's go with me telling jokes.
Yeah. Hey, let's crack wise over here.
Yeah. Rather than, you know, silly stuffs.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Holy shit. We went way over. I did not realize that.
Actually, I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah. Well, Merry Christmas there. Happy holidays to everybody. You get extra content.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, suck it.
I hope. I'll hold that for the end of the show. All right. So, go to saltylanguage.com where you can find all the links to all our social media stuff, the past episodes, the enthusiasts that we've done. You can see the networks we're part of, such as the Tangent Bound Network and Entertainment. So please go check out those networks and see if there's anything you enjoy from there. Yeah. Check out my other podcast, The Crazy Life. If you get a chance, you know, me, Henno, Jen, what's not to like?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. More Brian. It's what everyone needs in their life.
Everyone. Like vitamin B.
Including me. Wait. No. Oh, man. If you want to reach out to the show, you can hit us up on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
I'm at Monotony, but you have a better chance getting me on the old Snapchat, which is salty_language.
I'm at Ninjitsu. And you can also... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll say we're also on Instagram, face page. You can Gmail us, you can call us, you can send up smoke signals, you can send carrier pigeons.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We'll get most of that stuff.
Yes.
I mean, we're not up to date in our smoke signals, I'll be honest.
No.
This time of year, we fall behind a little bit.
Yeah, anytime I see it, I just tackle whoever's in it because I assume it's a vape cloud.
I like that strategy. Please keep doing
that. Bro, in the biggest clouds, like no one cares.
Right. Hey, look, there's a bus. Go blow a cloud in front of that.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
Such a holiday spirit here.
So just festive.
Just
like festive. Goodwill to man, except fuck vapors
right.
and their vape clouds.
Yeah. Oh man. Again, you know, if you're still shopping on Amazon, please swing by our site first. Click the Amazon banner, and then it'll take you back to Amazon. You shop away as normal. Doesn't cost you anything, and they help us out a little bit.
Yeah. Throw some nickels and dimes our way.
Or you can just throw nickels and dimes our way. I mean, we'll accept them.
It's true.
We ain't
just
too
not when you're driving by at like 60.
Well, I mean, preferably. Yeah. Only do it if you're driving by at 80.
Yes, because I want to just enter my skull.
Right? Exactly.
Death by dime.
Yeah. So
president assassinated me.
I'm man, how great would that be if you got hit in the back of the head by a Lincoln, like a penny?
Oh, and then the penny starts laughing inside your
right?
head.
God, then Lincoln.
I knew I'd get you, you bastard. Like, but what? And then you do a 23andMe, and you're like, oh my God, I'm related. No. It all makes sense now.
Oh, dude, I saw someone posted.
It all makes sense.
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
God damn it. All you needed was that pause to put your sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Yow!
Ugh, terrible.
Yeah. All right. So with that, I guess, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Yeah, dude, have an eggnog, you'll be fine. It's the holiday season.
Yeah, I guess. Make sure it's, topped off with some of Granddad's, tolerance liquor.
Oh, for sure. We should market that.
Do you have trouble tolerating your friends?
Like Granddad's Tolerance Tonic.
There you go. You're right. That's much better.
For sure.
Yeah. Right. Well, then I guess, Hopefully no one finds some weird webbing in their stockings.
Dude, crusty stockings.
Oh,
Sounds awful.
God damn it.